Women should have the right to vote.
Okay. What is a selective service?
I'm not sure.
That's why you shouldn't be able to vote.
But you just said trans don't deserve to hold guns and shouldn't have guns in the country. But you yourself own a gun.
Yeah, I'm not mentally ill or retarded.
But you're trans.
This is my biggest dream to come see you. So I wanted to ask you a quick question real quick.
What are you doing? We are here at USC. I think it's like the third time we've been here now at this point. So happy to be here. Some of my views: I think women are stupid. I think men are better than women at almost everything. Jews run America. Indians stink. Blacks are criminals. What else? Did I say Indians stink? Women's stupid. What? Yeah, Chinese are good at math, but they also steal our technology. And yeah, that's pretty much it, man. And it wasn't 6 million. So yeah, we could go ahead and have a discussion, but today we're going to be focusing more on ICE. I know that there's been a lot of outrage with the ICE raids and the ICE surges in all the blue cities to enforce more immigration. There's been a couple shootings, etc. And we're also going to be discussing Valentine's Day and how Valentine's Day is for simps, and how most guys should not be bothering with giving a majority of women any type of gifts because most women are useless. So yeah. Anyone that agrees, disagrees, whatever it may be, if you want to give your take or whatever, feel free to come on up on the mic. We're going to focus on ICE first. But yeah, those are some of my positions when it comes to my worldviews. So, who's up first? Oh, and I got some flowers here too. I guess I see, reverse Valentine's Day is cool. If I get the gifts, that's cool. No problem. So yeah, don't be scared, guys. You guys come on up on the mic. If you have a disagreement or you want to add to it or whatever, cool. What's up, man? How are you? Yo.
We talk about Israel?
Sure. I don't want to make the whole thing about Israel.
Of course not. Of course not. It's just I'm a conservative. I support Israel. I think it's important for us to have a relationship with an ally that allows us to protect power across the Middle East, and particularly to stop China from pursuing their goals of dominating global trade, specifically the Suez Canal. What do you think about that?
I think the relationship with Israel doesn't serve us at all.
Why?
Well, they get us into a bunch of foreign wars. They have a very powerful lobby group here in the United States that only really cares about their own affairs. We don't get the same strategic benefit from being with them that they get from us. I mean, President Nixon already admitted this. Several presidents know this. The only reason that we really support Israel is because we have a bunch of rich Jewish oligarchs that run America. So that's why.
Well,
and that's the cold hard reality.
Well, first of all, I think it's important that we can acknowledge the fact that there is a large Jewish lobby in the United States, while at the same time acknowledge that there are more Christian Zionists in America than there are Jews in the world. And say, hey, maybe it's not the fact that we're being lobbied so hard, but it's the fact that this is just how voters typically believe. And also to counter the fact that Israel gets us into so many wars. A lot of those wars were either, specifically like things like Iraq, they were motivated by a combining factors of profound government corruption. You had Dick Cheney actively having conflicting interests at being the CEO of Halliburton, who rebuilds countries, and he's the CEO of another company which destroys countries, known as the United States government. But a lot of those other wars tended to have a mutual interest for both countries, I would argue.
There was no benefit to Iraq whatsoever.
I agree.
They didn't have weapons of mass destruction. It was all a lie.
I agree. I think that was not due to the fact that Israel was getting us into the war, but the fact that we had a profound level of government, a profound level of government corruption, specifically with Dick Cheney and the Bush administration. I think that Iraq was a tragedy, while at the same time, I think that we should have a relationship with Israel.
No, not at all. Wow. Like I said, and even less now, even less now with what they did in Gaza and all the wars that they're starting all across the Middle East. They're gonna get us to bomb Iran. I hope you know that too. Like that's 100% gonna happen, because they're gonna attack the Iranians no matter what at this point. Netanyahu looked like an idiot going to the White House and getting a declination, and they're gonna attack them by themselves, and we're gonna get dragged into it because the Iranians already said if they get hit again that they're going to, it's gonna be an existential crisis for them, and they're gonna fight back, and they're gonna hit our bases as well as Tel Aviv and Haifa and all that. So there's really no strategic benefit to benefiting Israel.
Iran already tried to bomb our bases. They didn't succeed. Every single missile that they fired us, we shot down.
It was a symbolic strike, and
a symbolic strike. Why would you do a symbolic strike right after your biggest nuclear plants just got destroyed unilaterally by the United States military. It doesn't make any sense.
Because it's called strategic warfare and
Strategic warfare,
using
yeah.
a measured response. The point
A
was
measured
to
response. If the United States' nuclear facilities got blown up by Russia, it would be all-out war. The fact of the matter is that Iran has been so neutered and kneecapped by the efforts of the United States and Israel that it can't afford to launch a
You're missing
all-out
the bottom
attack.
line. Why are we at war with Iran?
We're at war with Iran because they're aligning themselves with China and they have positioned themselves to
No.
destabilize the entire Middle East. Every issue.
India aligned themselves with China too. We don't bomb them. We're at war with Iran because of the
Israel-
Jews, okay? It's very simple.
Iran-
Jews run America. They run our infrastructure from every single point. You got people like Mark Levin saying bomb Iran every damn fucking Twitter. And I'm tired of hiding it. The fucking
of all-
Jews have us going to war, and Americans are going to die for the Jews. I'm not going to let it happen again and now call it out because back in during the 9/11 days, which you might have been a kid back then, we didn't have alternative media to be able to say, get this propaganda out of here. We justified the entire Iraq war off of Osama bin Laden allegedly attacking us on 9/11. Bin Laden and Saddam Hussein hated each other. There was no relation there whatsoever for some false weapons of mass destruction. This is the same propaganda from the early 2000s that they used to justify us being in the Middle East, and it's given us no fucking benefits except for Jews lining their pockets, going ahead and justifying wars all across the Middle East, and fixing their policy papers or enacting on their policy papers like the Clean Break Memo and the Project for a New Century. We get zero benefits from going to war in the Middle East. Iran is not our enemies. They don't have any threats to us. They're a threat to Israel, and now we're taking on that risk.
What about China? If we allow Iran, who has aligned themselves with China strategically, to position themselves, to align themselves with every other country in the Middle East, that gives them profound influence over the Suez Canal, which allows them to dominate global trade.
Israel sells
and
our
determine-
technology to the Chinese. They get caught doing it all the time.
China steals our technology.
Yes,
anyway.
and who gives it to them? The Israelis. like, bro, like,
Dude, I mean, I haven't looked into that.
yes,
I mean,
yes,
I bet
the
it's
Israelis
more
were caught
nuanced than your
stealing.
thoughts
The
than your,
Israelis have been caught giving our technology over to Israelis.
I mean,
Sorry, to
I haven't looked
Chinese.
into it. I mean, they might be, but the fact of the matter is, I think it's important to have a relationship that allows us to dominate global trade, and Israel provides that.
Israel's been stealing our technology for a very long time. Their spies have been getting caught. Some of the Jonathan Pollard, one of the worst spies
I
ever.
know Jonathan Pollard caused significant strains of the United States.
Yeah, and guess what happened? Who was at the
And
tarmac
was
to meet him in
It
2020?
was repaired.
Hold on, who was at the tarmac to meet him in 2020?
Tell me who.
Benjamin Netanyahu.
Benjamin Netanyahu.
He was released from prison early.
I'm not.
And they took him
defending
back to
Benjamin
Israel.
Netanyahu. I've never defended Benjamin Netanyahu. There are people back there who have spoken with about Israel before, and they can attest to it that I do not support Benjamin Netanyahu. I think that Benjamin Netanyahu has done irreparable damage to Israel's credibility on the world stage, specifically in how he's
He's been
conducted
their
the
longest
war.
lasting leader. He's the one that's been dragging us into the wars. We're going to get into another conflict with Iran if they strike.
I think Iran. I think
Netanyahu is Israel.
I would totally support if there was a way to get rid of Iran's current government without dragging us into a forever war.
Regime
whatever that
changes
may
don't
be.
work, dude. I mean, we've seen this
Regime
for.
changes
Look
absolutely
at Libya right now. Look at Iraq right
Panama.
now.
Look at Germany.
You gotta pay attention or you won't become stupider like me.
I'm talking about the Middle East.
Talk about the Middle East.
I'm talking about the Middle East.
Well, the
Regime
reason-
change wars don't work. We've seen this already all across the Middle
Well,
East.
you're
Every
trying to
country that
build
we've
a
destabilized, it doesn't work.
When you're trying to build a feminist utopia in Afghanistan, of course it's not going to work. But when you go over with a set goal and allow the people to overthrow the government themselves, like look at Syria. Syria is building a functioning government as we speak. And the United States didn't have to spend a single troop to do that.
Yeah, just a bunch of intervention and supporting the Israelis so they can go ahead and bomb the Lebanese and then go ahead
Syria
and
was
be
aligning
able to-
themselves with Russia. Now they're aligning themselves with the West. I don't see how that's a bad thing.
They've been destabilized for decades. They've been fucked up
For
for a long
decades.
time.
And
So
they were under
again,
leadership of-
we don't have anything really to show for Middle East intervention from a United States perspective. The Israelis obviously love it because when the Middle East is destabilized, they can be the hegemony and they can do what they want to do. They want to be the only superpower over there. Fine, but let them do it on their own. Israel has a right to defend themselves, whatever you want to say. Fine, but we don't have to pay for it and or support it.
I think we
Don't
got
have
over
to,
everything we're
but
going to
you
say
do.
here. Thank you so much,
No
Myron.
worries.
That was
Good
awesome.
discussion.
Thanks, man.
No worries. Good discussion, man.
You don't got to, but you're gonna.
Hey, I'm literally just like walking by on my way to get lunch and I saw this thing set up and I see that ICE did nothing wrong
Yeah.
sign.
Anytime I listen to Myron Gaines, I become stupider. So let's get into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You think that? You
Okay,
two
what is your point of contention with ICE?
I'm not like the most insanely informed guy or anything like that, but I just see on the news every day they're just like terrorizing the citizens of Minneapolis. They're kidnapping literal children, putting them in like essentially concentration camps. They shot
Stupid of an idea that is.
two people. You know, they called that one woman a fucking bitch on camera. When
It could be. Let's see, how could we argue this? It would be stupid to get out of bed if the floor was on lava. There you go. I don't know, man.
he did nothing wrong. They seem like a bunch of murderous thugs who dropped out of the military or the police academy.
Yeah, so that's called enforcing immigration law. We voted for that. That's why Trump won an overwhelming majority. He campaigned on going hard on immigration and mass deportations and actually enforcing the Immigration Nationality Act. And that's what we're getting right now. I know a lot of people get mad about it, but that's what immigration enforcement looks like.
That's Nazi shit, man.
I don't think that were the Nazis deporting Mexicans? I'm not sure. From Germany?
They're deporting anybody who was an enemy of their ideology.
Well, it's not even an ideology. They're here illegally. We have laws.
I feel safer with immigrants who are here illegally than ICE, man. Like, I don't know. I trust them more.
Boy, you
Well, that's precisely why we're going down the fucking tubes. If you prefer illegal immigrants being here over ICE officers and or agents, we got bigger problems.
Those untrained, like, they're cruel. I just don't believe they're doing it because
Sometimes Myron's the stupid one, but this time this guy is the retard on the building, in the campus.
they enjoy just picking on people. They don't seem like they care about, like, keeping people safe. They just enjoy the cruelty and, like, reveling in it. That guy called that woman
Right. If the weed shop got a good deal, you gotta pop out that bed.
a fucking bitch on camera.
Well, you got to understand that a lot of these agitators up in Minneapolis are leftist retards that want to start problems, want to heckle them, want to impede them as they're doing their jobs, which is a
The woman
felony,
who was
by the way.
dropping off her kid to school, and then
Was
was happened
she?
to be there.
Was she
when they were there,
dropping
and
off
they
her
fucking
kids?
shot
No,
her
she
3
wasn't
times in
dropping
the
off
head
her fucking
as
kids.
she was pulling away.
You're talking about Renee Good?
Dumbass.
You know her name, yeah.
Yeah. So what about that?
They shot her 3 times in the head as she was leaving.
She tried to run over an ICE officer.
That's fucking not true. I can't believe you're sitting here.
did you
You're
not
talking
see-
to all these people and saying that.
I think we all saw the footage. She tried to run him over. By your own admission, you even said you didn't know what was going on too much in the news, whatever. If you want to go down this road, we can. But he's absolutely justified in that shoot.
It's Myron Gaines, call it, I don't know. He does little Charlie Kirk style videos now. He wants to be the new Charlie Kirk, but he's like retarded, so it's good entertainment.
Vehicle. You saw the video?
I seen the video.
Good. Did you see him get hit?
Even
Get
the
hit.
most professional officer,
He's generally
he called her a fucking bitch. Obviously,
What does that have to do with anything?
she was a woman,
What was it?
and then she didn't obey him
she didn't
as fast enough as he liked. She tried to leave. She was not agitating.
Yeah, it's called a
And then he shot her 3 times in the head.
It's called a
Okay, how about this? Take me through the facts of why you think they were wrong on that day. What do you know about the incident? And then I'll...
What I know is that they were there.
She
doing
didn't
their
obey
thing.
him?
She was
She
literally
obeyed
on
the
her way
lawful
home,
order?
dropping her kids off from school, and happened to be there. She said to the guy, like,
She
I'm not
happened
mad
to
at
be
you,
there,
dude.
bro. You're slow as hell.
trying to leave, and then they shot her
Shade.
as she was leaving. Her car was angled away from that guy,
Yeah,
trying
you're
to
not
leave.
supposed to leave.
and he shot her in the head, not once, but 3 times.
Okay. So...
And she was an immigrant.
See, and this is the problem with a lot of people that debate me on this topic, with progressives. You guys like to omit extremely pertinent details that led to the shooting. So let's go through this. They were there doing an immigration enforcement operation, right? Lawfully there, doing their duty. She blocks them and impedes them from doing that. That's a crime, 18 U.S.C. 111, impeding or assaulting a federal officer during the course of their duties. They told her to move, and she would not move. They gave her lawful commands to get out of the car because they're probably more than likely going to detain and or arrest her. She decides, I'm going to go ahead and just drive away as one of the ICE officers is recording the incident and strikes him in the process. A vehicle is a deadly weapon. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter even what I think. What matters is what happened And what did the officer believe at the time that the use of force was done? There's a bunch of case law on this with Tennessee versus Gardner, Graham versus Connor, Tennessee versus Gardner, and then Graham versus Connor. And basically, use of force in America is not based on 2020 hindsight. It's based on what were the facts known to the officer at the time they used the lethal force. If someone's coming at you with a car, you are absolutely justified to stop the threat and defend yourself. And that's what ended up happening. She got shot because she did not obey lawful orders while she's in the process of committing a felony. I don't care what you feel about it or what you think, those are the facts. And he is justified in that shooting.
No.
Why is he not justified in it? Go ahead.
No.
And there you go. They don't argue facts. This is what progressives do. You're wrong.
You
Why?
always bring up facts. It's just inhumane, man.
It's just
inhumane.
inhumane.
Okay, if you want to make a moral argument, that's fine. But,
That's what it
but
is.
facts don't care about your feelings. He's justified in the shooting. There's a
You
reason why he
people
didn't
are
get
so
indicted.
cold. You don't care about feelings or like just decent everyday humanity.
Yeah,
it's
don't
always about
facts.
facts.
Don't
How
care.
about you don't commit crimes? How about you
She
obey
wasn't
law
committing a
enforcement?
crime.
She was committing a crime.
She happened to be there.
She
And
happened to
probably
be
didn't
there.
even fucking
No, it's
know
not
it.
that she just
happened
happened
to
to be
be
there. She was
there.
purposely putting her car in a position.
She
to obstruct them
happened
from
to
doing
be
their
there.
duties.
What kind
Like,
of
not even tears in
retarded
the
shit
apples.
is
That's
that?
not a fact.
She
happened
Did you not see what the car
there.
was?
It's not a fact.
It was on the road, blocking them.
You people always say that. It's not a fact.
Incredible. First of all, I don't know what's going on. I don't know too much. Then I tell you what's going on. Oh, well, that's not true. That's what happened.
I saw that video.
Yeah, do you see him getting hit?
He did not get it.
Okay. All right, now the sky's green as well. Who's up next?
Thank you.
See, like these guys don't live in reality, man. All right, what's up?
So America, as we all know, we have a lot of people in power that are not loyal to our country. They're more loyal
Yes.
to Israel, Japan, the European Union, a lot of foreign entities that have, I guess, control over our country. How, as Americans, can we get the control back to the people here in the United States, rather than BlackRock and a bunch of foreign billionaires across the world?
That's a good question.
Thank
Number
you.
one, no dual citizenship. Number two, remove women from positions of power. Number three, remove foreign lobbying groups, make them all have to register under FARA, and have a very strict America First nationalist policy where we only do things really that benefit the United States. Minimize interventionism, reel back feminism, have more national pride. That's something that I've noticed that we don't have enough. Like people don't even say the Pledge of Allegiance anymore in school, which is crazy to me. And limit immigration.
Could we potentially, I guess, pressure Israel? Like, I know we were soft on them for USS Liberty, but could we maybe like demand, I guess, compensation or paying back the money that we gave them in the same way with other countries like Ukraine? We can maybe like demand some resources from Ukraine.
I think what we would need to do is we would have to tell Israel that they're going to have to institute they're going to have to answer the Palestine question, is basically what it is. Because all of these problems stem from their, from them not wanting to either create a two-state solution or integrate the Palestinians into Israel because they want to maintain a Jewish majority. So all the issues in the Middle East, basically, that is the root problem. So we need to figure out the Palestine question, and we have to be willing to enforce it to some degree where, hey, we're not going to give you any aid if you guys don't play nice with these guys, or something like that. Because the problem right now is they have zero incentive to change or anything because we give them the aid. And they're trying to get around the Palestine question with bringing more countries in with the Abraham Accords, etc. So I think that's what we would need to do.
Yes. And finally, this is the most serious. What do you think about, unfortunately, clavicular getting frame mauled by an ASU frat leader? I mean, I was devastated. I was in my room crying for hours. I mean, like, my glorious king clavicular was just mauled, and I just don't know how I'm gonna get over it.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I don't know. I'll do a stream with him and we'll go to the gym. There we go.
All right, thank you.
We'll
Thank
build
you,
it back
Myron.
up.
Thank
Shout
you,
to
Myron.
Clavicular. All right, man. Thanks for coming up.
Yeah, I think ICE right now is basically a terror organization. Everything they're
Okay.
doing is perpetuating violence, and that's proof from the top down, from the admin. You see Trump, Kristi Noem, and like Tom Holman calling these people domestic terrorists as a result of just like trying to flee the scene or just basic defense of a woman. These people clearly aren't domestic terrorists, and they're using that as
Basic
authority to expand their
defense
executive
of a
powers.
woman.
You see the same thing with them breaking into homes without a warrant. Without a judge's warrant, them doing it by themselves with their own executive. Like, this is
We're
shit you will see in
retarded.
Germany, right? So
These people are actually
Okay, so
retarded.
you think that they're a terrorist organization.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bro.
Well, look, I mean, I can't tell you how to think, but what I can tell you is that I think Antifa is a way bigger threat than ICE or law enforcement. You literally have these crazy liberals on, cameras talking about we're going to go ahead and kill ICE agents and law enforcement, and we're going to do X, Y, Z. We're going to take our country back with guns and all this other stuff. I would argue they're the real terrorist organization, and it took Charlie Kirk getting shot in the neck to finally designate them as one. Rest in peace to him. So, I think you just got some guys enforcing the Immigration Nationality Act, which hasn't been done in a very long time, and that's why people are losing their minds.
Okay. I noticed you didn't disagree with anything I said. The difference between Antifa and ICE right now is that ICE is state sanctioned. So we have the president and the whole entire Republican Party pushing this organization forward. You don't see any Democratic lawmaker or congressman going ahead and supporting Antifa. So
Because he didn't address every single retarded point he made, that means he doesn't disagree with it? What? How about you don't even address those things because they're not fucking to be addressed?
that's a completely ridiculous comparison. And yeah, actually, I'll let you.
Because they're the real, I use that comparison because they're the real terrorist organization, not ICE.
Same speed.
See, here's
So
the
do
thing.
you understand there's a problem when you have the whole admin approving of the violence done against our American citizens, done against immigrants, we're sending them to torture prisons, like with the deal with El Salvador. All of that's completely unhumanitarian. That's not part of the INA. We don't have to send them to CCOT. And then we don't have to call American citizens domestic terrorists. These are things.
Deporting them, number one, is a part of the INA. They're here illegally.
I said to CCOT, to a torture prison.
Yeah, so, regardless, we got to get them out of here. So that's, and where they end up after the fact is whatever, but we got to deport them out of here. So here's the thing, right? And your framing of the situation perfectly encapsulates the problem here. We haven't enforced immigration in so long where people are seeing ICE actually do what they're supposed to be doing, and they're losing their minds because we haven't
They
enforced
often
immigration in
don't
so long
care
because
for
it's been a
it.
political
They
hot
care
potato
about
for so long.
seeming
Progressives have always wanted to be away from it. They don't want to go ahead and deal with it.
And I don't know who they're trying to seem right to when they're always wrong. Like, who are you guys appealing to if you're always fucking wrong?
And then Republicans have been cucked by it as well. But Donald Trump is the first president to actually go hard in immigration and do what's called interior immigration enforcement, not just turning people back away at the border. And of course, when you're going to have an immigration enforcement surge in major cities that are blue, that are sanctuary cities, that have been honoring detainers, have been honoring ICE in general, picking people up in their counties, you're going to have problems. I think given the fact that this is like an unprecedented immigration enforcement surge, it's not that bad. And these people that are getting shot, like Renee Good or Alex Pretty, whatever, these are individuals that are agitating and committing crimes during the course of their lawful process, as they claim to be, and you can't be doing that.
I'm noticing you're not responding to a single thing I said, but I will address the fact. I mean, you didn't. I don't know why you're looking so confused. I'm saying Donald Trump right now is calling these people domestic.
Because these are your like
Wait,
subjective
wait,
opinions that don't
it's
fucking
not-
matter.
They are domestic terrorists, bro. What doesn't he get?
That's
Like,
subjective.
I think that they're terrorists.
Yeah,
Like,
Myron,
nobody
Myron,
cares. Like,
Myron,
that's
why,
not what
why
we're
is,
talking
why is
about.
Donald Trump calling these people domestic terrorists?
Because
Why is
they
Donald
are.
Trump calling these people
They're
domestic
committing
terrorists?
domestic terrorism.
Why is Donald Trump and Kristi Noem calling these people domestic terrorists?
In regards to whom specifically?
For their fucking actions, bro.
Alex Preddy, Renee Good.
Well, I wouldn't maybe go as far as calling them domestic terrorists.
But the admin does.
But-
and the Republican Party backs that up completely.
Okay,
You understand
that's
that, right?
fine.
That's
That's
not
fine.
fine. Because
I have
that
my-
is the authority he uses to expand his executive powers. That's the authority he's using to send out the National Guard. He's making AI slot videos of arresting governors. He's saying all thung people are treasonous and they need to be hung.
Well, the Pokemon video was kind of funny. You got to admit that one. The guy to catch them all one was kind of funny. But look, do I agree with everything that this administration does? No. I am actually extremely critical of Trump and Kristi Noem. I think Kristi Noem is a dumb bimbo. But the reality is, maybe calling them domestic terrorists, I don't agree with that. But Alex Preddy,
Fits the bill.
he was doing some dumb shit, armed, while resisting law enforcement, not intelligent, and he had been in a scuffle with them a couple weeks prior. Renee Good also committing a felony when she was shot. Like, there's got to be some accountability on these individuals where they're impeding officers while using deadly weapons, a vehicle, or being armed.
So once again, I asked you why Donald Trump is calling these people domestic terrorists, not if you agree with it or
How
disagree
about
with
you
it.
ask Donald Trump why he's calling them domestic terrorists?
Why do
I
you
just
think-
told you that I don't
want
think
you-
that
I
they're
want you to
domestic
establish,
terrorists.
what is his state of mind for the people in the Trump admin and the ICE administration to call these people domestic terrorists?
See, This is
You're unable to answer the question. It's obvious. No, this isn't Trump derangement syndrome.
Because I just told you that I don't agree with calling them domestic terrorists.
I didn't ask if you agree or not. He's manufacturing a problem to expand his executive powers. That's the problem I have with Donald Trump and ICE in general.
Manufacturing a problem.
Okay.
Do you disagree with that?
Manufacturing.
You said expanding the powers?
Bro, what?
He's setting a precedent saying these people are domestic terrorists.
The fucking domestic terrorists are causing the problem, slow fuck.
He's manufacturing a problem, and he's using that as the basis
Manufactured problem.
to go ahead and do
By calling a spade, that's manufactured.
all these large ice raids, to send out the National Guard, to go ahead and be able to kill civilians and be completely backed up by the administration. Do you disagree with that?
Dude, you're number one.
Cool.
Number one, he labeled Antifa as an actual terrorist organization.
Non-answer.
Alex Preddy, Renee, Good. These are different situations.
Non-answer.
Okay, next. This guy is like he's insufferable, man.
Games.
Like you asked Donald Trump why he calls him a domestic terrorist. I told you already that I don't agree with that, but you just want to keep harping on that. Yes, but Antifa is a domestic terrorist organization.
Son.
What's up?
How do you feel about the ICE office opening downtown
Really? That's wild.
Columbia? Do you agree with it or?
An ICE office opening here in downtown Columbia?
Yes, sir.
I'm not familiar with it. I'm not aware of it, but you know, I guess whatever.
I'll just ask him. But this is a random question. How do you feel about New York itself, like the drug community?
What?
Rappers, the drug community, girl rappers.
Problematic. It's bad music. I used to listen to it myself a little bit, then I realized like, damn, this is some degenerate bigotry. So.
Facts. I just say you got to tap into EBK Cool. I'll be a good rapper. You got to tap into.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, look, I don't think
Sounds retarded.
music that glorifies killing others, you know, and it's like real lyrics too. It's not like bullshit from 20 years ago, like you know, Jay-Z and Nas like beefing. It's like they're legitimately talking about real murders, and these lyrics are being used, you know, in court. So it's just a bad look.
Right. Hey, only thing I gotta say is we smoking on Wu Lottie, Naughty, J-Rip.
Hey, look around, bro. None of these niggas know what you talking about, bro. Come on, man.
Rappers, we smoking on.
Yo. Bro came on to diss the ops with a bunch of white people around. What's up?
Hey, Myron Gaines. Low-key, I'm like a really big fan of yours. And I just want to ask, dude, when Nick Fuentes fucked you in the ass, did he allow you to come?
Of course, this guy would come up and say something like that. Do you have a real, like, point of contention or something? Or?
There's really, like, no point in actually debating you because you just say no and, like, rage bait people. You're a completely unserious individual. You're, like, 80, dude, and you come to college campuses and insult women. Like, a tenth of your age, dude. Like, come on, really. What are your children going to say? Oh, my daddy is an architect. Oh, my daddy is an electrician. And then your children are going to be like, my daddy harasses women for a living.
I'm getting insulted by a part-time Hot Topic employee. This is crazy. It's crazy, bro. Anything else?
Nah, that was it. I'm not here to actually debate you.
Fair enough.
Love you, Myron. Pookie, I'll remember you.
Progressives are insane, dude.
Hey, Myron, I was
Yo.
wondering what you think of the Alex Preddy shooting.
Well, I mean, look, it's never good when someone loses their life, but I think people need to be a bit more responsible, understand that, like, you know, getting into situations with law enforcement and putting yourself in bad scenarios can lead to really, can lead to violence.
Yeah, putting yourself in a scenario like that could put you in more violence, but don't you think that the cop should have been more responsible before executing someone when it's your Second Amendment right to concealed carry?
Yeah, you can absolutely conceal carry, but you can't conceal carry while committing a felony.
Yeah, do you think a court would find that as a felony?
Yeah, he literally, he assaulted.
Someone puts their hand on someone's like shoulder to ask them a question, it's like assault?
Well,
because in the context of that situation, I don't even know that a court would, if it's a jury trial, would find that was assault.
Well, actually he was, because what was happening was the Border Patrol agent
He was
dealing
what?
with...
He was what?
Can I finish what I was going to say?
That wasn't a response. He was what? Are you saying
Well, I was gonna finish, but you just interrupted.
Huh?
Okay, so basically, a Border Patrol agent was dealing with a woman. He pushed her. Then Alex Pretty interjected himself in the middle of that confrontation, put his hand on the Border Patrol agent. The Border Patrol agent grabbed him, tried to pepper spray him. He resisted, and that's when the
When did he
escalation
resist
began.
after he was pepper sprayed? He was already like on the ground. He got knocked down, and then past that point,
No, he
was
pepper
still
sprayed him
getting-
first.
Yeah, he pepper
tried to
sprayed him
pepper spray him first.
Then he go to the ground,
Yeah.
right? And then he still get
A hen farm and they force-fed fish? Damn. That's not cool.
getting hit by a gas can.
Because he was resisting.
No, he wasn't. All four
He
limbs
wasn't
were on the
resisting?
ground. Moving around because you're getting hit isn't resisting.
Yeah, foie gras. It just seems weird to me, but, you know, I've never owned a farm animal before.
He was resisting.
Is it resisting if I twitch?
Yeah, I remember that, yeah. Yep. We're learning together.
When someone smacks me?
No, you're resisting when they try to grab your hand and you're fighting away from it, and they got to throw you to the ground to get
If
you
you
restrained.
don't know what's happening and there's people in all directions
I don't know
and they're
what's
giving unclear
happening.
instructions?
He saw exactly what was happening because
How? He was
the one-
pepper sprayed by your own admission. Just
Okay.
like
Yeah, if you're pepper spray, you shouldn't fucking fight back.
you just
Hey,
said that.
hey,
right?
you do realize that Alex Preddy came to the Border Patrol agent while he was dealing with the woman, so he knew who he was. He was obviously clearly marked
Are we
with a
talking
vest on.
pre or post? Pre or
What?
post pepper spray? Because I'm talking about when he got hit on the ground with the
Pre
canister.
pepper spray.
And you're saying he was resisting then when he was on the ground after he got pepper
Yeah.
sprayed.
Okay, let's go by this play by
Dude, just pull up the fucking video. This dude is fucking retarded.
play. Border Patrol agents are there doing an immigration enforcement operation in Minneapolis. The Border Patrol agent is dealing with a female agitator, someone, we don't know the exact facts there, but she was there impeding. As he's dealing with her, Alex Preddy comes up from his left, puts his hand on the Border Patrol agent now, and the woman's on the floor because he pushed her. Now that another person comes to him from his left, law enforcement is trained to, who is this guy? He's got to get this guy under some type of control. So he grabs him by the hand and tries to pepper spray him. When he pepper sprays him, that's when Alex Preddy starts resisting, and then other Border Patrol agents
You're
come
saying
into the fray.
resisting. How did he resist? Like pushing him? What's he doing?
He was trying to grab his hand, and
So
probably
he's
I'm
grabbing
assuming
onto a hand while after he's been pepper sprayed? Or
the Border Patrol agent tried to grab his wrist
and he pulls away?
to detain him or get him on the floor, and he was resisting. Yes.
After he's on the ground, he's already been pepper sprayed though. That's why
He
I
was
said
still resisting.
pepper spray.
He was
That's
still
why
resisting.
I asked you before.
No, he was still resisting.
He's resisting by moving on the ground on all fours like this.
Yes, and trying to get back up. Yes.
When was he trying to get back up? We just see him scuffling around while four people are on top of him and they're all giving imprecise instructions.
Yeah. See, like
Also,
the problem
yeah.
is that like you just don't want to deal with the objective facts that he closed the distance on the
Also,
Border
does
Patrol agent.
resisting mean you
If
can
you
use
close
that?
the distance on the Border Patrol agent when they're lawfully dealing with another person, they're
Yeah.
going to probably grab you and try to detain you and put you
At
on the
what
floor because
point-
it's
okay.
officer safety. Then they found out they had a gun on this person, okay, and that's when he got shot.
Why does him having a gun on his person means it's okay for him to get shot?
It's not about it being okay to get shot. It's about he committed a crime while armed and impeding law enforcement officers
Okay,
from
and
their
was it
duties.
necessary for the officer to
The
shoot him
conversation-
to
do you
stop
understand?
him committing a crime?
That ends it right there, dude. He
He
resisted.
committed a
law
crime, so that
enforcement-
means you get to shoot him. If someone resists,
He committed
you
a
get to
crime
shoot
while he
him.
was armed.
It doesn't matter if you're just armed. He's not brandishing or a threat to the officer. If you have a gun on your person, you're caught shoplifting. The cops don't shoot you in Walmart. They try and detain and arrest you.
So here's the beauty, right? This is why there's case law on this topic. So progressive morons like you don't fuck.
Yeah, I don't think they should have shot him, but, you know, that's what happens out there in the field.
Things up for everybody else.
I'm not a progressive
You are a
retard.
progressive moron. Because here's the thing. When it comes to law enforcement being involved in shootings, and I was describing this earlier with the other guy, 2020 hindsight, okay, is not applicable. What's applicable is what was known to the law enforcement officer at the time the use of force was conducted. And at the time, they heard gun, 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 he was armed, and a shot went off. Now, we know that this shot went off when they took the gun off this person because the 6 hour that he had was notorious for going off when it's not supposed to. But what matters is, what did the Border Patrol agents think that shot him at the time? Was it reasonable? And in many jurisdictions, that's going to be looked at as reasonable. It's a lawful shoot, man. Now, you can talk about the morality and say this is fucked up and this is so evil, etc. But the reality is, he was impeding law enforcement. He committed a felony. He assaulted them at the time that happened, and he was armed. And he was doing this for weeks prior.
We don't even know if he would find that that's assault in any sense. Even if it was, you're just
It
saying
is.
you're
You
just
cannot
saying
put your hands
he
on a
saw
harmful
that
agent.
there was a gun.
It's
or heard
100%
there was a
assault.
gun
You cannot put your hands on a federal law enforcement officer when they're in the middle of an enforcement operation. He was dealing with another suspect, and he put his hands on him. That's
If
assault
you're
all
going
day.
just
You
by
lose on
like
that.
straight letter of the law, though, anytime you like even touch someone, it could be considered a battery, right?
Don't touch federal agents when they're doing their job.
I said anyone, not federal agent.
Well,
right?
that's very important because that's pertinent to the facts. With the,
Okay, but I'm
the
asking
fact
you
pattern here.
generally, as a matter of law, it would be battery. I just touch any person. Like if I tap you on the shoulder, right? If you want to
Every
take that
state is
literally,
different,
right?
but we're not here to discuss that. I'm here to tell you, you cannot touch it.
So you can't discuss the law that we're here to talk about now.
We're talking about a specific instance about Alex
Yeah,
Petty
I'm talking
and Border
about
Patrol
the law
agents. You're moving the
pertaining to this
goalposts.
instance
You're
regarding
moving the
assault
goalposts.
or battery.
You're moving the goalposts. We're talking about
No,
federal
we're talking
agents.
about what we started with, right?
See, yeah, say that. Yeah, dude. We're talking about Alex Petty, which means we're going to be talking about federal agent.
I think Myron's kind of a bad debater.
And
Really, I
assaulting
thought
federal
we were
agents.
talking about unicorns. Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, I don't think they should have shot him just because he had a gun on him. But yeah.
Incredible. They just let anybody in here, huh? Fuck.
Yeah, it's a public space, not a fascist police state like you want. So
No,
yeah,
I meant as in like USC. Like they got to increase the standards.
I'm
bro.
not a member of USC, you fucking idiot.
You go to school here, right?
No.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Okay, all right.
No.
Now, you guys are redeemed a bit then, because this guy is incredibly retarded.
Yeah, you're so retarded. You have to make so many assumptions, and you're wrong about all of them. You can't even talk about.
I cited law. I gave you the fact pattern. I told you why he got shot. I told you exactly what happened, play by play. And you're still sitting here saying, "Well, is this
they
still
gun and they didn't take the
assault?"
broad totality of circumstances in the situation, right? Because you're saying he heard a gun, therefore it's legal. But any case, they're going to look at the broad totality of circumstances.
Yes.
When 6 people are on the ground, you have a clear view that the gun is in another officer's hand, that he is not
They didn't know that at the
brandishing
time.
firearm.
The officers that shot
they
didn't
did.
know
He was
that.
looking right
See,
at him.
see,
You
that's
can
why
go
you
to
don't
the
see that's the
camera,
problem.
You can look at
You didn't
the
even. The
exact
officers that
angle,
shot
and
didn't know
You can
that.
see him looking over the cop's body right there. You can see he doesn't have a gun.
The
He's in
agents,
clear view the entire
agents
time.
that
He's
shot
never
did not
obscured.
see. The agents that shot did not see Freddie get disarmed. All they heard was a gunshot.
Yeah, they did. One literally
No, they
took
didn't.
the gun.
No, they didn't.
Yeah. And then the
No,
other
they
one
didn't. Because
watched him
even
take it.
when paramedics got on the scene and were rendering aid, the agents that shot him said, "Hey, do we got the gun? Do we got the gun?" They still, at that point, didn't know.
But the paramedics didn't know that they had the
No.
gun, even though he saw it. Who didn't know?
The
The
agents that
other
fired,
officers?
the agents that fired, didn't know if he still had the gun on him because.
Yeah, but they shot just because they heard gun, right? They never said he was pointing a gun. He was trying to shoot him. They just said there was a gun so they could shoot him.
No, the agents that shot were not aware that he was disarmed when they shot. They just
Even
heard
if
a
he was
gunshot.
armed, he's not
Okay.
brandishing or using the weapon. What's it matter? You're just saying he has a gun, so that means we get to shoot him. Having the gun.
Yeah, I'm curious if they're gonna actually investigate that one, the Alex one.
Isn't illegal.
Holy crap. Okay, let's go through this. But maybe the rest of you guys.
Is
this
having
guy
the
does
gun
not
illegal?
understand
Can a shot
the fact
cop
pattern.
shoot you
Just
for
stop, just
shooting
stop,
a
just
gun?
stop. Because you don't even understand the fact pattern. Again, Border Patrol's there doing an enforcement operation, immigration enforcement operation. One of the Border Patrol agents is dealing with a female suspect, pushes her to the floor. As she's hitting the ground, Alex Petty comes up to the Border Patrol agent, puts his hands on him. That's assault right there and then, right? When he does that, the Border Patrol agent pepper sprays Alex Petty. Then he tries to take him to the floor. Alex Petty resists, other agents jump on, and they get him to the floor. As they're struggling with him, one of the agents, or a couple of the agents say gun. When they do that, one of the Border Patrol agents was able to disarm Alex Petty. But the person that disarmed him is not the agent that shot, because there were multiple of them and it's rapidly evolving facts at the same time. So what ends up happening is the agent that takes the gun away, the gun accidentally goes off. They think, oh, he has a gun and we heard a gunshot, so what do? They fire. Also, it's important because you don't know this fact either. While Alex Petty was on the floor, he was shot from his left. The agent that was to his left, all he saw was him doing this because Alex Pretty is right-handed. This is the motion of, is this guy trying to grab for his gun, right? So as he's doing that, he can't see what's going on. That's another reason they fired. Again, it's not 20/20 hindsight. It's about what did the officer know at the time when he pulled the trigger? Was it reasonable?
Plus, I usually never agree with like the amount of times that cops shoot people because yeah, it seems like they always shoot to kill and not to just like stop the threat.
And it is reasonable, that's why they're not indicted, okay? Now, and then on top of that, after Alex Pretty got shot, the agent that shot him didn't know that he was disarmed during all of that debacle. So as paramedics are coming on, they're like, hey, get the gun, do we have it? That's when they found out that he was disarmed from the beginning. So again, it's not 20/20 hindsight. And this is precisely why, for everybody here listening, you should not resist federal agents or police and struggle with them because you could put yourself in a very precarious situation. That's what happened. There's case law that protects this and supports it, like Tennessee versus Garner and Graham versus Connor. You can say what you want, you can make a morality argument, you can cry about it all day, but the reality is that it's a legally justified shooting based on the facts and circumstances known to the Border Patrol agents that pulled the trigger.
Okay, so if an officer just says gun and someone has a gun on their person, that means you could shoot. Did anyone interpret that he's drawing a gun and shooting people? You say they heard a gunshot. I haven't seen one piece of evidence that said a gun misfired.
Yes, the SIG went off when it wasn't supposed to. It was accidental shooting.
How do you know
discharge.
the SIG went off when it wasn't supposed to? Are you like relying on some sort of report? Is it in the video? What do you mean?
Because if law enforcement disarms someone, they're not trying to have the gun fire at the floor.
Okay, but he got shot. We know he was shot multiple times, right? I'm pretty sure he was shot twice. You said we heard 2 gunshots, right?
A couple of gunshots.
How many?
I don't know, like 2 or 3 agents fired.
So 2 or 3, we know he was shot multiple times, but you're just assuming that a SIG handgun went off. Why?
Because it did.
Okay, I don't know where else I could go with that. It did because it did?
Right,
You're a
we'll
fucking rocket scientist.
We'll go to the next person.
It did because it did!
Yo, incredible. Incredible.
Guess he doesn't understand.
All right.
Gotcha. I just want to make sure.
What's up?
Hey, so how many under ICE or that are detained? How many of them have criminal convictions? Do you know?
How many what?
How many of them have criminal convictions? People detained under ICE currently.
People that
People who are currently detained under ICE currently.
Okay, the people
how
that
many
get
of them
arrested by
have
ICE?
criminal? How many of them have the percentage? What's the percentage of criminal?
Some of them are
convictions?
criminal aliens, some of them are not.
What is the number? Do you know the number?
I don't know the exact percentage.
70% of them have no criminal convictions.
Okay.
Okay, so do you think that's a number that we need to really be clapping for ICE? Do you know that ICE actually shortened their training from 22 weeks to 8 weeks? Did you know that they also are requiring ICE agents to meet quotas, to meet 1,200 to 1,500 arrests per day, which focuses more on quantity and not on quality? Quality would insinuate that we need to focus on people with criminal backgrounds, violent criminal records, so we can deport those people. Do you know all that?
Okay, so is it illegal to come to the United States without authorization?
If you're undocumented, you're committing a civil infraction. If you come through the border, it is a federal crime. There are 2 different things.
Okay, so
how many of them have
it's not
criminal?
a civil
So you don't.
It's not a
so,
civil
so you don't. Yeah,
No.
it's civil infraction.
It's not a civil infraction.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know the law. You don't understand that if you're here undocumented, you're just committing a civil infraction. If you cross the border, that's a federal crime. Do you know how we treat those 2 differently, right? Understand one is not crime and the other one is?
You know what's funny?
Do you understand that one is a crime and the other one isn't?
Can I respond?
Do you understand? No, just yes or no. Do you know what one is a crime, the other one isn't?
It is a crime to come here illegally.
No, it's
and
not.
or to
It's a civil
overstay your
infraction.
visa.
It's a civil infraction or crime. Is a civil infraction a crime? It's not that hard of a question. Yes or no?
Okay, so let me go ahead and
so yes or no?
because
civil infraction.
okay,
or crime?
dude, you gotta chill out for 2 seconds
Just a
because
yes or
let
no
me
question.
go through this real quick. Let me go through this. You need it. Yo, shut the fuck up. I'm gonna say what I gotta say. Shut the fuck up. All right, I'm gonna finish saying what I gotta say. Because you don't even know what you're talking about. There's no such thing as a civil infraction in the
Civil
INA.
infractions exist, buddy. I
Turn
don't
this
know
guy's
if you
mic off
understand
real
this.
quick.
I don't know.
So, okay, so let me go ahead and, because you won't be quiet for 2 seconds,
Because you
right?
can answer yes or
Here's
no
the issue
question.
here. Here's the
You can
issue.
answer yes or no
You
question.
don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Is
Then
it
let me
civil
tell
infractions don't exist?
do you?
Civil
Okay.
infractions don't exist?
Okay.
Turn his
Let me go ahead
Come on,
and
based on
deal
that.
with this. Number one, there's no civil infraction of what you're talking
You're
about.
undocumented?
You don't know what you're talking about.
You're committing a civil
If you come to the United States illegally, that is a crime. If you overstay your visa, that is a crime. It's a violation of the INA. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about because I've actually arrested people for this crime. I used to be working for HSI and ICE. I know what I'm talking about. So you mentioning the civil infraction, that's not even a thing. And this is the problem when we have people like you that are so confident about their stupidity. You're wrong in every single way. There's no such thing as a civil infraction. If they come here and they're illegal, they broke the law. So therefore, they will be deported and dealt with accordingly. It's that simple. You cannot come into a country illegally. A country without borders is not a country. Okay? You're trying to sit here and rewrite it and be like, it's actually a civil infraction. No,
I think it's
it is
funny
a
that
violation
I think
of
it's
Title
funny
8.
that
You don't even know what Title 8 is. You don't know what the IN is. You're just over here yapping.
Yeah, it's so funny. It's uncensored America, but you just shut the mic off. But,
No, because you're asking, you don't know what you're talking about. You're wrong. You're wrong. You have these shitty ass Jerry curls. You know what the fuck you're talking about. You're a retard. You look like a reject from 1980s Richard Simmons version. I don't know what's going on here. And you're spewing a whole bunch of bullshit. You're wrong. You're fucking wrong.
I have hair. It's fine. I guess women are the only ones that are stupid.
Like I'm totally cool with having a discourse, but when you're blatantly spewing out a bunch of bullshit, yapping, not know what the fuck you're talking about, it's ridiculous. It's an embarrassment. You go to school here, this is embarrassment to the institution.
So I think a simple discourse would be me asking you yes or no question, you answering it with yes or no. That's a simple discourse. A simple discourse is that, hey,
civil infraction does not exist.
Yes, a civil infraction
It's not
doesn't
real.
exist.
What are you talking about?
I'm about to tell you. If you are in this country undocumented, you've only committed a civil infraction. If you came through the border illegally, it's a federal crime. We treat those two differently. Could you agree with that? No. How wrong? So everybody under ICE detention right now is have criminal backgrounds?
They're illegally here.
Do they have criminal backgrounds?
That's irrelevant. They committed a crime.
It's a crime.
That's
If
irrelevant.
you're illegally, it's
That's
a crime.
irrelevant.
You just said it's a crime. If it's a crime, why is it
They
not
don't have to have a
Point evidence explanation. Part of this is enabling both sides to execute P without shouting over every games. Yeah, I mean, I think Myron's a bad debater, and he's like a troll too. And most of the people who come up are very angry because he's a troll. So it makes it entertaining at least. But you might have to fact check like both sides of this.
history in America
You know what the fuck you're talking
for them
about.
to be
You're
illegal.
brain fucking dead. You know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, progressives are crazy, bro.
If over 70%.
He doesn't understand that just by them being here illegally, that is a crime.
If over 70%.
There's no justification for them to be here.
70%,
You're saying they could be here illegally and they gotta commit a crime here.
If over 70% who have come or under detainment by ICE, if over 70% have no criminal record, how is that a crime? If ICE themselves are not acknowledging that this is a crime, how can you sit there and say it's a crime to be undocumented? It's a civil infraction. Is a civil infraction a crime?
I have never met
Is a civil
someone
infraction a crime?
who is so confident in being
Hold
wrong.
on.
This is crazy.
Dude, you're the most confidently moronic person ever. I don't know what you're talking about.
You,
But
there's
civil
no such
infraction-
thing as civil infraction, bro. Like,
Dude,
well, what are you
You
talking
don't know
about?
that civil infractions exist? I cannot believe this.
Within
You know,
immigration, no.
Do civil infractions exist?
Not within immigration.
Yes, they do.
Not within
If you're
INA.
undocumented,
Again.
that's a civil violation.
All right, dude. All right, you're
Yeah, you
just
don't know what the
so
fuck you're
wrong.
talking
It's
about.
like I can't even have a conversation with you.
I can't
You're
have a
basically saying
conversation
like
because
2
you don't
plus
even
2
know
is
the
7.
facts.
You're
You don't
basically
even know the facts.
saying 2 plus 2
You
is
don't
7.
even know. You don't even know how many people detained under ICE have criminal records. You don't even know that number.
Yo,
How can you not know that number?
you cannot.
How can you not know that
you
number?
cannot.
Do you know the number? Did you know the
come
number? You don't
to
know
the
number.
United States
You don't know the number.
illegally. You can't do that.
If
Okay.
you are the only one acknowledging
If you're here
that,
illegally,
you're the only one saying that.
you're gonna get deported.
Hey, that's fine.
You can't be here. Yo, get this guy off the mic, bro. This nigga retarded.
Yeah, uncensored guys. I'm going.
You're just yapping. You're just yapping. You're saying a whole bunch of bullshit.
Facts and you can't answer
You don't know what you're.
simple questions. So.
Because you're fucking wrong about everything.
I'm
It's
thinking for the sake
painful.
of civility.
Yeah.
So.
Get the next person on.
It's close to bedtime. These
Guys,
yeah.
this is what the institutions are teaching people. Progressives that are deranged, talking about civil infractions, incredible. For just to correct him, because he doesn't know what he's talking about. I should have gave this in my background. I was a special agent with Homeland Security Investigations for 7 years prior to coming on here and talking about this, so I know the immigration pretty well. And what he's talking about doesn't exist. If you come to the United States illegally, you committed a crime. It's 8 U.S.C. 1325. Then if you come back in again after you're deported, 8 U.S.C. 1326. These are all crimes, and you can be deported for it. You don't have to commit a crime in the United States to justify being deported. This guy's a fucking dumbass. So if you don't have borders and you don't have immigration law, you don't have a country. This guy wants open borders, and you got to commit a crime in the United States for it to actually happen. He looks like a Mexican, so I assume why he has that position. But that's fine. Even worse, you're an embarrassment to all of us.
Hello, Myron.
Someone check this guy. He might have something on him. Who knows? If you hear Allahu Akbar, be careful. Who's up next? Go ahead. Anyway.
Every woman that's 90% silicone. You're like fucking collecting Barbie dolls.
I'm collecting Barbie dolls. Okay. Okay. Hi.
Hi, Myron. I'm Lucy, and I'm here to have a civil debate with you on your opinion on women.
On women?
Yes.
All right, sure.
What's up, President Trump?
Oh, so look, all the girls here are backing her now. Where were all you women before?
I am here to support the ladies. There's not many that came up to talk to you.
Yeah.
I'd like to first ask you about, if you don't mind me like interrogating this, what is your relationship with your mother?
Are we gonna have a debate on the facts, or are we gonna go ahead and get my origin story?
I'm just curious in general because she did play a big part in the reason why you're here today.
Yeah. So, I mean, what's your argument that you want to make? Because I don't think that's really pertinent to having a discussion on male-female dynamics. I mean, my position when it comes to, because the other prompt we had was Valentine's Day is for simps.
I mean, when you talk to them and call them bitches and stuff, but when they ask you a personal question, you can't answer.
It's okay.
Why is this fat woman talking on the side?
Myron, I'm not trying to attack you in any sort of way.
Oh.
And I'm not trying
You're seven.
Nice. February's a good month for lots of magical things.
Tina, you're already fat?
Okay, Myron.
Yo, being fat at 17 is crazy.
The debate.
That's wild.
Let's.
She's triggered.
I'm just. I'm trying to talk to him.
I'll tell you this, they definitely put the fries in the bag for her.
I'm curious because your mom, you believe that women play a lesser role in society, but if she didn't exist within society and put forth the effort into making you and having you and carrying you for 9 months, you wouldn't be here. So don't you think you should advocate a little bit more on her behalf for the fact that you are able to live and breathe and believe today?
Okay, so let's go ahead and go through this, because everyone loves always asking about my mom. So I'll go ahead and tell you, it was actually my mom that red pilled me on women. She was the one that told me that women are retards and they got to be, you got to make sure that they stay at home, they, be a good wife, they don't be whores, all this other stuff. So it's always interesting to me how women ask me about my mom, and I'm like, yeah, it was actually my mom that awared me on this stuff, on the problems with modern Western women and their ideologies and how they behave.
I understand that she might have a big influence on your beliefs today, but I believe a lot of people's parents influence the things that they believe. But I'm not asking you about what she did or didn't make you believe.
Just asking about her.
I'm asking if you advocate for the fact that she's the reason that you are here and that you can appreciate and see her as a person who carried you. And not below you, but as an equal. Because she did help make you. Don't you think that a little bit of that should be appreciated?
Okay, let me give my position here, because I don't think you know what my position is when it comes to women. I think from a human perspective, obviously, women are just as valuable as men. Actually, you can make the argument that women are more valuable from a human perspective because they carry the next lineage of human being. However, when it comes to other things like leadership within a relationship and or decision making, being rationally sound, logic, whatever it may be like that, I think men need to be the leaders, and I think men and women have different roles, and I don't think that we are equal from a utility standpoint in society. Now, when it comes to obviously a human perspective, yes, But when it comes to what men do versus what women do, we're very different.
And why do you believe that they should play a bigger role, men, in society? Why is it that you carry that ideal?
Because women suck at everything that men can do, pretty much.
So,
like, they just do.
My example for that is, at my high school, we had a female valedictorian and a male salutatorian. A female who beat the man. In a same system where everything's based off the same points and the same grades, within that system, somebody was able to be, not necessarily better, but surpass a man's abilities. Do you think that that's, how would you explain that within your ideology that men are better in such roles?
Yeah, so like we live in a gynocentric social order, right? And the way that we conduct our education system is based on, sitting still, folding your hands, being compliant, listening to instruction, etc. These are things that are just better for women because women tend to be followers, women tend to be more agreeable, women tend to be more submissive. So the education system is set up to make you a slave, not necessarily to be a critical thinker, entrepreneur, etc. So women do better in situations and environments like this, which is fine. It is what it is. But the education system is absolutely geared towards women. That's why they excel in many different ways. This is why they are starting to dominate, college attendance and to get better grades in some regards.
But that mere fact is that they're better to adapt to that environment. Don't you think that that makes men not less able to play in that role?
I just find it interesting that women dominate college attendance. Women, do better in some regards when it comes to standardized testing and sitting and being compliant or whatever. But men still create the world. Men still run all the infrastructure. They build everything. Quite frankly, if we had to rely on female ingenuity, we'd probably still be rubbing sticks together. So, and I'm tired of sitting here and being like, oh yeah, women are equal to us and they're awesome. It's like, no, men built the world. Women just kind of live in it and enjoy it. And we give you guys HR jobs so you can just hang out and whatever it may be. But the reality is men run the world and create the infrastructure that you enjoy.
But don't you think that, well, not that you think, but I believe that a big reason that you say men run the world is because for a really long time, that's the only people who are allowed to run the world. And the world seems to be still clearly running when now women are able to have a say and impact it.
Yeah, I think we need to remove some of that say. I don't think women should have the right to vote. I think we need to repeal the 19th Amendment. A lot of the destructive progressive policies that we've got in place right now were put in because of the female vote, put in because women entered the workforce, put in because of feminism. I think feminism is probably one of the biggest issues that we have.
But clearly women are just as similarly educated. They can do the same things, at least within these realms, legal realms. I do recognize that there are differences between men and women physically, and sometimes mentally in the parts where we have different brain chemistry, but we have seen time and time again that women can play these roles. And
You go on your point.
the same outcome happens regardless.
Say that again?
The same outcome happens regardless of whether a man or a woman is in the role. I'm sure that there are lots of women who help dictate your everyday life that you aren't aware of, and you still seem to be doing just fine.
I'll give you an example, right? Like, a woman could do the jobs like a man, but she's not going to be as good in some of those positions as a man. Just because they can do it, right, doesn't mean that it's optimal.
And give me an example of said position and when that happened.
Okay, we use an example of a female police officer, right? Female police officers, a lot of the times, aren't equipped to handle a lot of the situations that might come up during the course of their duties. If a partner is injured, they might not necessarily be able to drag them to safety. If a male combatant comes in and attacks them, they might not necessarily be able to subdue that individual to the same degree. And I know that sounds fucked up or whatever, but these are very real biological realities. In the military, they just are not going to be as strong or be able to or capable of doing certain things. And I don't think that us trying to be, let's be equal and let women in and involve them in certain regards, we're limiting our ability to field the strongest military and or field a strong police and strong and competent police force for feelings or for equality. I think we need to be very real in some of the situations, understand that women just are not equipped for certain jobs and or we need to limit it.
Well, I'm going to take your two examples and say that those sorts of jobs require lots of different criteria.
Yeah, keep going. I'm listening.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Such as, like, police officers, sure, women might not be as physically strong, but that's not the only thing that you need in order to be a police officer. There's a lot of de-escalation within situations. Don't you think that women police officers could help the people, the victims in said situations, through what they are currently having to go through?
Bro, what are they talking about with this de-escalation shit? They've never been able to de-escalate anything without fucking putting force on them.
Also, with the military, there's a lot of people who get injured, and as we know today, that nursing is a field dominated by women. Don't you think that people in the military can also help?
Well, what I was also going to say was they shouldn't be in combat roles. You know, it's like if they're there from like logistics or support or something like that, that's one thing. But when it comes to like being in the field, well, this is a big reason why women couldn't join infantry for so long. So I think to field the best police force and or military, etc., you got to keep women out of combat roles or situations where there can be physical contact, because it just hurts everybody else. Because I don't think it's fair to send a soldier over or a police officer over with a female partner that isn't going to be as capable of helping him if he gets incapacitated to some degree, right? Why? So that we can make women feel happy about them being able to be equal. Like, yeah, you could be this too, and then it's like, okay, we're doing this for feelings versus capabilities.
But I also feel like
That's the problem. You feel instead of I think or I know, and that's the issue with the female mindset, is that women base a lot of their decision making based off of how they feel versus what's real, and that's a very real difference between men and women, and I think it's caused us quite a bit of problems.
I think that the rules can be reversed in a lot of ways in said situations, where, especially in combat, where people can be, it can go either way. That a man not be able to drag a woman because the man's too small. What about? Do you think that there should be some sort of requirement for weight and size if you're a man and you wanted to join the military? If you fit the criteria of a woman, then you aren't allowed to be.
Well,
in
the
the
likelihood
military?
is if the likelihood is the guy's going to be able to do it a lot better than the female, be able to drag her to safety better than the other way around. But again, I think if we are going to let women in, it's got to be one standard. We can't water it down and give two different standards. Bare minimum. Even though I don't think they should even be in, I think if they do want to get in, it should be one set standard. And if the women can pass it, then maybe let them in. But I don't think we should be weakening our police and our law enforcement and our military for fields. And that's the issue. That's what we've been doing for a very long time.
I think each of those positions is much more nuanced and requires a lot more different types of criteria that you need to meet with helping other people, not just physically, but emotionally as well. I have to go.
Sure, no problem.
But I had a good time debating you, Myron.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Thank you. Good discussion.
Debating, yeah.
Yo.
What's up? What's up, Myron?
What's up, man? Have you seen some of these crazy fucks here?
Yeah. A lot of, some of these people look normal. Some people here are fat. Some people probably shouldn't be here at all.
Yeah. Weirdos.
Well, they lowered the standards for college, so there's just a lot of people going to college that should not be going to college. But I have a different kind of question for you.
There's a woman talking that's not in the kitchen. This is crazy.
No, that's...
Is this the fat chick again? Is it her again screaming?
She should be at home raising children. That's crazy. But Myron, I wanted to ask, because online right now it's very popular to be racist and anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
And I noticed that you get in a lot of trouble when you go after women. But, and it's controversial to say on my side of the internet, but I actually believe that the woman question is more important than the Jewish question. Understanding the Jewish question doesn't really change your life. It's interesting, but there's not a lot of practical benefits. Whereas understanding the woman question will save you from divorce, save you from getting used by women, save you from simping, all these things. So I tend to say that the woman question is more important than the Jewish question, as far as understanding those two things. What do you think about that?
I agree with that. And it's kind of interesting because if we talk about the woman question and feminism in itself, it was Jews that pushed feminism. So that's right. They're like the main ones that push that, civil rights, etc. Like every leftist ideology has been pretty much pushed by them. So yeah, no, I think from a practicality standpoint, yeah, because if you want to get married, you want to date, you want to be around women, etc., you got to understand how they are and how things are, female nature, hypergamy. And I think that's one of the things that we don't tell young men enough about is how women really are. And if I said, some girls are gonna get mad when I say this, but fuck it. You can either understand women or respect them as an equal, but you can't do both.
Amen. It's so true.
Yeah, I said you can either understand women or you can respect them as an equal, but you can't do both.
No, they're basically children. Next I was gonna ask, I think dating apps are dead.
Yeah.
Oh, look, they're already getting bad.
Dating apps are basically dead. I think all the men know that. I'm wondering what you think about passport bros and what you think about cold approach, because guys, a lot of guys are scared to do cold approach, scared of getting called creepy. But how else do you meet a female anymore?
The passport bro movement has been blowing up in direct response to how insufferable and fat American women have become, and how much of whores they've become. Let's be honest. 60, 70 years ago, you would be you could find a girl that would be a virgin on wedding night. Nowadays, these women are fatter, dumber, more annoying, less useful, and they're gonna talk back to you. So it's like, damn, like you got a sandwich man that talks back to you. This shit sucks. So it's like a lot of guys just go into other countries because men don't care about some of the things that modern women bring to the table. A modern woman's gonna tell you, oh, I'm a feminist, I make money, I'm educated. Men, we don't give a fuck about none of that. Like, even the guys here on campus, they probably won't admit this, but we don't really care about your education or your career. Men don't give a shit about that. We care, are you hot and not a slut? That's it.
I think sometimes.
And you're a zesty fag. Oh, you can't hear it? You're a zesty faggot. That's what you are. Yeah, see, this is what happens when you let gays go crazy all over the place. This guy's a weirdo.
He wants you, dude. That's correct. Okay. My next question. I'm wondering what you think
Keeping
about
all the stereotypes alive. The black fatigue is fucking outrageous, man.
Speaking of black fatigue, I'm wondering what you think of Section 8 housing.
What I think about Section 8 housing?
Because I think Section 8 housing is terrorism on white people. The government basically takes the ghetto and moves it to white neighborhoods. If you pay your own rent, the government, and live in a nice neighborhood, the government can at any point say, hey, we're going to add a bunch of black people who don't pay their own rent and commit crime disproportionately. We're going to take them out of the ghetto and we're going to move them down the street from you. And you're going to pay extra taxes so that they can live there rent-free. I think that's wrong. I don't see how that's fair for anybody involved.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that one. I mean, I have some real estate property, and I'll tell you, man, niggas are the worst tenants ever. So they don't pay, and they fucking get all mad, and look, they're going crazy already. Yeah, it's nuts. It's like, there's a line if you want to go ahead and join in the discussion. But
I started a political action committee to fight Section 8 housing. You can go to stop8.vote and sign the petition.
Let's go.
The goal is to get Section 8 housing on the ballot in all 50 states. So when you go to vote for president or governor or whatever, you can also vote yes or no on Section 8 housing. And everybody that pays their own rent should be against Section 8 housing. Section 8 housing is terrorism on anyone that has a job in this country, basically.
I agree. They lower the property value, crime goes up. A lot of times they don't even pay the rent, because like what will happen is like Section 8 will cover a good portion, and then they don't even pay the landlord still the other portion that they have. It's a pain in the ass, man. Every time I've had Section 8 tenants, I'm like, fuck this. They're the worst.
Amen. Stop8.vote. Sign the petition. We got to get Section 8 housing out of here. It's destroying our future. It's destroying everything.
Yes. And check out my guy, Woman Propaganda Hater right here, man. Shout out to him.
Woman
Thank you.
propaganda.
Yes, bro. That's my guy. All right, who's up next?
How's it going, Myron?
You.
Is this good? Right here?
Yeah.
All right. I have 2 questions. So I was wondering, like, when you and the Avengers are gonna pull up to mock the Chuds and Floyds at 5 points, just so like we all know, you know.
Which Avengers? We got a lot of guys in the Avengers. Who do you want?
Like the one that Clav posted on his Instagram, like Nick Fuentes, the Tate brothers, whoever was there that night, you know.
You're talking about the niggas
real
against
Avengers.
Talmudic order. Yeah, the NATO, the real nigga NATO.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll make it happen one day. I'll next time Andrew's in America and everybody's together, I'll make something happen.
All right, and then my last question is: do these debates spike your cortisol levels?
Bro, it's always spiked, man. It's always
Yeah.
gonna get spiked debating these women and gays and weirdos and libs. It's nuts.
How do you manage that for other moggers out there?
Go to the gym. Go to the gym, try to get as much sleep as possible, and that's about it. But yeah, other than that, man, cortisol is always spiked with these people.
All right, thank you, Myron.
Thank you, bro. All right, who's up next? The guy that slipped me off in the back with the curly hair, does he want to come up? No? Okay. No, not the black guy, the other dude. The sideshow Bob guy. Yeah, you. Yeah, the tall one, yeah. Did you want to come up? You had a couple middle fingers or whatever. Yeah, you can go first. Go ahead, what's up? I was trying to figure out why you're flipping me off, but...
Hey, I have a question.
Sure.
Do you know who Alex Purdy is?
Yes.
The man shot in Minneapolis by ICE after he was already on the ground and disarmed.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier, actually. I don't know if you were here for that one.
No, I just got here.
Okay. Yeah, no, it was a justified shoot.
Why?
Well, sorry guys, I'm going to go through this again. Well, Alex Purdy basically intervened in the middle of a lawful law enforcement operation. But Border Patrol was dealing with the suspect. They pushed the woman. He got involved, put his hands on the Border Patrol agent. That's assault. That's a federal crime. They pepper sprayed him. They tried to get him on the ground. He resisted. They took the gun off him. During the course of the gun being taken off, a shot was fired. The Border Patrol agents that were, 2 of them I think, that were trying to detain him, thought that might have been one of his weapon, and they shot and they killed him. And look, it's an unfortunate situation, but we got to understand that 2020 hindsight is not necessarily required for use of force situations, and it was a justified shoot from a legal perspective.
So you're okay with them shooting him just despite the fact that they had already gotten his gun off of him? Because by the time he was shot, he no longer had his gun.
Well, I'm here to say that it's legally justified. My opinion on it doesn't really matter, but it is legally justified.
But your side says I said nothing wrong. Now that, even if they didn't say something necessarily legally wrong, that doesn't mean they never did anything wrong, because you also have to ask, do they do anything morally wrong?
Well, morals and legality are 2 different things.
Yes, but you said I said nothing wrong, which means that they would have done nothing wrong, both legally and morally.
Well, I'm going off the legality in this situation.
Would Jesus care if I said nothing wrong legally?
Jesus.
Well, I don't think people should be... There's nothing wrong with protesting. That's your First Amendment right. But once you start, impeding law enforcement and you're armed when you do it, you're setting yourself up for failure.
So, I just judge, jury, and executioner now?
Don't break the law and impede law enforcement while you're armed, and you'll be fine. There has to be a degree of accountability on these agitators.
Anyone's
right? Like,
execution.
he got lucky I think a week or 2 prior to him getting killed, he had gotten in another scuffle with them, and he was also armed. Nothing happened. It's like, dude, you can only, poke the bear so many times until something happens. That's the find out part of fuck around. But we can go to the next person. You don't have to agree with it, but it's legally justified.
Hello?
All right, still the torta's still mad over there? Okay.
Myron, your sign says ICE did nothing wrong, but I have to disagree with that because I'm not sure that ICE did enough. There's estimated around 15 million illegal immigrants in the United States, and ICE supposedly only got out about 50,000 in Trump's term. And basically now you're pulling the ICE agents out of these sanctuary cities, and you're setting precedent that it's okay to come here illegally and nothing will happen to you. How do we get past that and make sure that that's not the president now?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Them pulling out of Minneapolis, I don't like that either. But I will say that, there needs to be a degree of appreciation for doing enforcement in blue cities and doing interior enforcement. This is something that I've never seen a president do. I worked under the Obama administration, under obviously Trump, Biden, and immigration is a dirty word. It's a catch-22. Like, it's a political hot potato that no one wants to deal with. So Trump coming in, shutting down the border, and then doing enforcement operations in these blue cities that historically have never honored detainers or assisted ICE with anything, it's unprecedented. So I do give them a little bit of charitability from that perspective, but yeah, we need to do more.
Do you think this will lead to even more illegal immigration?
I think it's going to embolden agitators to keep doing what they're doing in the blue cities for sure. Yeah, I think them pulling out sets a bad precedent.
Thank you.
No worries, man. What's up?
It's good, Meyer. So everyone's been asking you some questions that are definitely divisive. I'm hoping that maybe we could bring some people together with this one. So last year, we saw a lot of people from the left and the right coming together because of the genocide in Gaza. And Israel's just like constant berating of innocent people, as well as like their complete control over our own government. And I forget the guy's name, but he's the CEO, it's a mouthful, he's the CEO of the Conference of Presidents of American Jewish Organizations. He essentially said that he's happy about the ICE stuff because it's starting to pull attention away from Israel. People aren't really seeing the pictures in Gaza as much. People aren't really paying as much attention to what's going on with them. It's taking eyes away from the Epstein files. And I'm wondering what you think we could do to bring people back together like they were last year. Obviously there's a lot of people that are divided left and right here, but there's something that should bring us all together. The stuff that we all see in the Epstein files, the child abuse, that's not like a right thing, that's not a left thing, that's a rich politician thing that happened on both sides. So like, how can we bring people back together? And obviously like the ICE stuff is going to bring us apart.
Yeah, I mean, the Israel situation is unique because I've never once seen people from the far right and people from the far left agree on a topic. But I do think it's important to understand that they agreed on the topic for different reasons. So from the left-wing perspective, it's more of a humanitarian crisis, genocidal apartheid state posing or cosplaying as a democracy. From the right-wing perspective, it's invasion of, our foreign policy, our nationalism, Jewish control of America. So, though they both kind of came to the same conclusion, they came to that conclusion through different ways. And I do think it's important to identify why. But I do think it was good that it is good that we both kind of see eye to eye that support of Israel isn't really in our best interest in the United States. It really doesn't serve us at all. And even Nixon did a famous interview back in the 90s or 80s where he admitted that Israel's of no real strategic benefit for us. We only do it for a moral reason. And what that really translates to is a very rich, affluent, and powerful donor class that cares about Israel, which is why, we have the foreign policy that we have. And when you look at a lot of our Middle Eastern foreign policy, it was basically framed by Jewish Zionists. So, and we're just finding this stuff out now.
Do you think that we're kind of presented with a unique opportunity, though, as we see
For sure.
For sure. We should probably focus more on what brings us together rather than the things that pull us apart, in this moment.
For sure, but what I predict is I think there's going to be more censorship on that topic. They just bought TikTok. We're seeing them change community guidelines on certain apps. They're making the term Zionist now, protected class. So I predict that censorship is going to ramp back up on this topic. Now that the majority of the Gaza front has been done, they're definitely going to bring up the censorship.
So you think they're going to start arresting people that are critical of Israel?
They've already started with college students.
Great. Well, I appreciate that. I just think that this is we're in a really divisive time, but we have an opportunity with the Epstein files. the bad laundry has been exposed to essentially everyone, and instead of like focusing on these, I mean, I'm not going to call them petty or menial because these issues do exist. They're real, and they're obviously real to a lot of people. But I think finding out that a majority of our politicians that run America are all pedophiles that are compromised by Israel, that should allow us to come together and have some sort of common, some middle ground.
Maybe you're retarded though.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's a problem that needs to be addressed from both sides because both the Democrats and the Republican Party are both owned by them. So I agree with you on that.
All right, Red, I appreciate it.
Sure, no problem. All right. What's up?
Myron, do you remember? Damn, hold on. Do you remember me from last time? Or no?
I'll be honest, man, no.
Okay, so I'm gonna just ask you. So,
actually, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so since the last time we talked, have you eaten ass?
Oh, have I eaten ass?
Since the last time we talked,
dude, I don't even eat vagina.
Like, why? What? You got to. What? It's a thing.
All right, so I'll tell you guys why. So number one, Valentine's Day is for simps, and then number two, the reason why you should never eat vagina is because women are inferior to men. So what ends up happening if you eat vagina is you show that through sexuality. Women want a guy who is dominant, masculine, and assertive. You look like a bitch when you lick vagina.
Okay, why do you think Valentine's Day is for simps?
Because the majority of men that participate in Valentine's Day and give women gifts and do all the simpy shit, that woman hasn't earned that.
So you're saying like through her action, but you couldn't know that though. Like in their relationship, you couldn't know what she has done to deserve it.
You can tell right away whenever you look at a couple or you see how a woman speaks to a guy or how she speaks about her guy. Most guys are simps and most guys like let their girl be the boss and make the decisions and they follow what their girlfriend or their boss says. Like that's all a bunch of faggotry. And guys need to like start like grabbing their nuts, telling women to shut up, telling them this is what we're gonna do. I'm planning this, I'm planning that. You need to obey me and submit to me and kind of go off of that. But the problem is that, a lot of guys are simps and don't want to stand up to women because they want to get laid. And they don't realize that that's actually extremely counterproductive to getting laid.
Okay, so like you don't believe in like 50-50 in a relationship?
No, I believe in a dictatorship. You run it and then maybe listen to her every now and then.
Okay. I got another question for you.
And you know what's funny? And for all the young guys here, that's precisely what they want, by the way. They'll never admit that, right? But women want a guy who's dominant, assertive, masculine, and is a leader. This whole concept of egalitarianism and 50-50, it's a fucking Jewish lie. Women don't want that. They'll sit there and tell you that they want that, but what they'd really prefer is for you to be like, hey, we're going to do this. Well, I think, shut up. We're going to do this. Oh my God, that turns me on. Why do you think women want assholes? Why do you guys think women look for traits in a guy that signifies strength and competency? Like this whole nice guy thing is a lie. Women aren't really attracted to progressive liberal men. They might say that, but what women say and how they respond are two different things.
Okay, so my next question is, do you suck toes?
No, I don't do anything for like the express pleasure of females sexually, no. It's her job to sexually please you, not the other way around.
But
that's a woman's main utility is sexuality. Like other than that, it's like, what are we doing here?
So you don't get no pleasure from pleasuring a woman?
No, that's gay.
All right, appreciate you, bro.
No worries, man. You always come up with the funny questions. But yeah, guys, this is not politically correct stuff, I know. Some of you guys are like shocked, like, oh my God, that's so misogynistic. Hey, it's realistic. Women love misogynists.
Oh, I ain't even gonna lie. I came up here on the whim for like $20. Just gonna keep it real. I ain't gonna lie. I respect you. Freedom of speech. I give you that, bro. You don't eat the box for the love of the game?
No.
Come on, man.
No.
For the love of the game.
No.
Hey, can I get an L for the love of the game? Hey, Mario, you gotta eat for the love of the game. Nah, but I respect you coming up here. I ain't in no support or no hate. I'm neutral. I respect you for coming up here. Freedom of speech. Because, we live in America. We don't live in no third world country. You got freedom of speech, bro.
Yeah.
Some people may not agree with you. Some people may agree with you. And I think it's cool that you do that. What you think about Epstein files,
Well, when it comes to eating box, no, man. I haven't done it since 2013. I remember when I did it. It was fucking terrible.
Back in 2013? Damn.
Yeah, bro. It's been a long time. It was like mid-May of 2013. But I was 23 at the time. I'm old now. But as far as the Epstein files go, bad, very bad. We knew the whole time that, you know, what he was doing. He was basically, for those that are unaware, Jeffrey Epstein was a Israeli intelligence asset that was compromising powerful Americans and, you know, other elite individuals to garner blackmail and, you know, create some influence and steal technology for Israel. And I think, though it is important to understand that he was involved in a, you know, child trafficking ring, I think it's important to understand why he was involved in that trafficking ring and who he was working for. I don't think there's enough attention being brought to the fact that this guy was collecting intelligence for a foreign intelligence service.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. It's kind of crazy that a lot of people already knew that shit, but you know, they didn't want to release it till later. Also, can I get a happy Black History Month? You know,
it was censored for a very long time.
Yeah.
Like I remember when I was talking about this stuff before, you know, for a while, and it was heavily censored.
Shit is crazy. Also, I had a respect buddy that just came up before me, you know. Cause I ain't see a lot of black people. Maybe I wasn't paying attention though, but you know, I gotta hand it to him. It is Black History Month too, so it's something for that. Some people that's clapping for it, I mean, it is what it is. You may not support it, but you know, it's something. But hey, I respect what you did. That's all I gotta say.
All right. You.
How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. So I guess I wanted to talk about, like, currently right now, like with my stance of Trump, I felt like he has correctly pointed out that there are issues within America right now, but I just felt he's taken the wrong steps or has taken steps in the right direction, but has then like overstepped to turn it into the wrong solution so far. Like an example, I'll bring an example. Like the first, I think, least controversial example of this was in Hawaii. He passed a bill to allow the natives to fish in their like natural or historical fishing ground, because for a long time it was a fishing reserve, making no one allowed, including the natives, allowed to fish in that area. And in doing so, he then also opened it up to commercial fishing. And I think that's like a first example of kind of like he did the right thing, but didn't have to add that extra bit.
Okay. I mean, I think you're never going to be fully satisfied with you know, a president, right? Like there's why, like if you know, if you're, I look at it like if you agree with half the policies, that's kind of a W. Yeah, I mean that's a very random topic, but yeah, I can see your perspective. You're saying like, look, you agree with him that he's identified problems, but maybe not the solution for these problems.
Correct. Yeah.
All right.
And then the next one, I felt where I don't disagree with the idea that NATO is set up in such a way where it puts the unnecessary burden onto America to also defend Europe, and then however, his idea that we're owed Greenland, creating unnecessary internal conflict within NATO, I felt that could have been done better. Just different ways that could have been done for that.
Yeah, Trump exercises something called brinksmanship, which is, for those that are unaware, is like very volatile, taking deals to the edge type diplomacy / foreign policy, and it rubs a lot of people the wrong way. And yeah, I don't agree with Greenland either, and I also don't like the Venezuela situation. But you know, it is what it is.
That's it. And then I think that was one of the next ones was Venezuela. I felt it was just completely. I don't like Maduro. I don't think we should send him back. I definitely didn't agree with what happened in Portland where they were saying free Maduro, but I felt that was just an egregious overreach that has implications as what's stopping China from doing the same thing in Taiwan. And then also same thing with Russia's already doing Ukraine, but what's stopping it from doing it in the Baltics, and Belarus, and Finland as well?
Yeah, no, I agree. Us invading Venezuela, we've lost all the, you know, moral high ground that, you know, yell at the Russians and the Chinese to stay away from Taiwan. It's like, you know, I'm not a fan of intervention. I'm really not. But I know why he did it. You know, Venezuela's challenging the dollar system and, you know, aligning themselves with BRICS. But I do think that it's going to come back to bite us in the ass later.
And then kind of another point why I think I guess you already disagreed. Actually, you already disagreed with the Greenland part. I'm not going to argue on that. But I think the last part was the biggest example, I think most controversial of where I felt he's just gone too far is ICE itself. I don't disagree with the idea that Biden's open border policy was a travesty, allowing millions of illegal immigrants into the United States. However, I think his steps with ICE, creating it, or at least putting more money into the department, I thought was kind of fine. I definitely didn't entirely agree with that, but I think ICE is taking it too far, especially with examples like Minnesota, arresting people without warrants, and then also on top of that, not having due process for the illegal immigrants or potential illegal immigrants.
Well, you got to understand that the immigration system is completely different from a traditional criminal justice system. If they got to order an immigration judge, there is no due process. You're just going to get deported. You've already been ordered removed by a judge.
Without due process, how do you know they are to be deported? Or where is the verification that they are an illegal immigrant?
Where's the verification?
Like,
they don't have status.
I know, but is that not the point of due process to verify if they are an illegal immigrant or not?
Immigration is far more black and white. What if you don't have status? You get removed.
But how do they know they don't have status is my concern. Like,
well, there's a multitude of different databases, immigration databases that will, identify if someone has status, whether they're here on a visa, non-immigrant, or they're, here on a green card, or they're a U.S. citizen. What's their alien registration number? They have an entire, immigration file, alien file, what's known as an A file. So that's how they know. So if you go through the immigration process and you're ordered deported by an immigration judge, that's it.
So, like what you're saying was, whenever they do arrest an illegal immigrant, they do double check whether they are an illegal immigrant.
Of course, there's databases that cover all that.
Then, like with instances like Abrego Garcia, like, I feel we should take more steps to avoid situations like that, especially deporting them to, like, El Salvador specifically, or South Sudan is another example where they're deporting them. They're not taking them directly back to their home country, they're just deporting it to either El Salvador or another example like South Sudan.
I mean, they can deport them wherever it is, but the point is that, they have the phrase like, hey, you don't got to leave what you got to get out of here, or you can stay or whatever. Like, well, actually, no, I butchered that. The point I'm trying to make here is, if they're illegal, bro, they're going to get deported. And they don't have status, it's that simple.
And do you not, and to you, it doesn't matter how they get deported or where they get deported.
Not really, don't break the law.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, all right, who's up next?
Myron Gaines, you have been going to college campuses and you've been invoking your First Amendment right. I think we can all agree here that First Amendment is a beautiful, beautiful thing. But I think it's an even better thing when people actually use it to say things that they believe. And from the things that I've seen you say, it seems to be the case that either A, you're mentally disabled, or B, you don't actually believe any of the things that you say. So, let's talk about these things. ICE did nothing wrong. Alex Preddy is the most hot topic. Let's just get it. I think any person with reasonable intuitions would see what happened to Alex and say that was state-sanctioned execution. Talk about it.
So your position is that it was a state-sanctioned execution?
Yeah, more or less. Putting it generally, but yeah, sure.
How you interpret it is up to you, but it's legally justified.
How is it legally justified?
Don't commit a felony and then be armed while doing so.
So committing a felony, because you're talking about him brushing his hip, but you know what? He did touch him. I will grant that.
Then that ends right there. That's the
absolutely
crime.
not.
It ends right there. You
So
cannot. Hold on.
Go for it.
You cannot touch a federal agent while they're in the middle of an enforcement operation. That is a crime under 18 U.S.C. 111, assault and impeding. Can't do that. And to do that and then resist being detained or arrested after the fact while armed is not intelligent.
So what is the use of force continuum then? Because you know that. You work with DHS. What's the use of force continuum?
Well, he touched him. So while he was in the middle of dealing with another individual, he pepper sprayed the guy.
He did.
Tried to grab his hand, get him to the floor. He resisted. And then obviously it escalated from there.
And now at what point, because with the use of force continuum, if you're going to shoot someone in the back, approximately, was it 6 or 10 times, whatever it was, when you do that, doesn't there have to be a reasonable sense of danger? And
people come up with different topics, but the topics that he proposes are all like troll things, like Indians smell 6 million wasn't the real number and shit like that.
When a person's on...
And then a couple of people came up and asked him if he eats pussy. So that just happened.
Both of his arms and legs with what?
But yeah, this is a long video, but I know something crazy happens in this video. Like, some dude comes up with a backpack, and he's all sketchy. So I wanted to see what happens with that.
5 or 6 ICE agent or USBP agents on him. In what world is that justified?
Justified under Tennessee versus Garner, Graham versus Connor. And these are the Supreme Court justifications for that, because what you're doing right now is what a lot of progressives do when they analyze this stuff, which is you're using the benefit of 2020 hindsight. And 2020 hindsight does not apply in use of force situations for this very reason, because what the officer knows at the time that they use the force is not going to be the same as you sitting here on a debate stage with your 2020 hindsight. So we don't go off of that.
And there's one thing that I've heard you say multiple times, Myron, and that problem that you've got is leaving out the third most critical court case that I don't think you've even said to any of the people in this audience. What is that court case? I imagine you know.
Go ahead, say it. What is it?
It happened literally last. It was a 9-0 ruling by the Supreme Court. You don't know this.
What court case is it?
You really don't know. Holy fucking shit.
You didn't say that
What
was
you
court
don't
case,
know about
man.
Barnes v. Felix.
So here's the thing. I find it interesting that you're bringing up a court case, quite frankly, when I'm mentioning what law enforcement uses all the time when it comes to what they're taught, use of force, etc.
Yeah.
Like this court case that you're talking about, there's a reason why the people that shot Alex Preddy and Renee Good are not indicted and or being charged, because again, it's objective reasonableness based from the officer's perspective.
No, this is because, I'm sorry to interrupt, but
That's what it is.
That this administration is unbelievably corrupt.
Now it's a corrupt administration.
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
great.
Absolutely. But let's focus on Felix, because you know about Barnes v. Felix, right? You knew about it.
No, go ahead, tell me.
How are you speaking on the use of force and you don't know about Barnes v. Felix? It happened literally last year. Felix was a ruling, 9-0 by the Supreme Court, that you have to look at the entire situation. You have to use the entire situation to understand
Totality of circumstances, yep.
Exactly. The totality of the circumstances. So you do know about this, because that was established under that. You do know about this. And I don't understand why you know about it and you're not telling the people in this crowd that. That's what a grifter would do.
Oh, what a grifter would
See how that responds?
No, you're just like, again, the totality of the circumstances works out more in my favor. I don't know why you're bringing this up.
The totality of the circumstances is something in Felix v. Barnes, and you said that you didn't know about it when you're using the language in Felix v. Barnes. You just fucking lied.
Who gives a fuck?
Okay, you're just
brother?
obfuscating now at this point.
No, I'm
It's
pointing
very
out your
simple,
lie.
bro. Like, see,
You just
like, you're
lied.
trying to like deflect and bring up like, look at this case right here.
Yeah,
we're gonna keep this very nice and
case,
simple.
yes.
We're gonna keep this very simple. They were there doing an immigration enforcement operation. I know you progressives don't like when they go ahead and enforce immigration because it hasn't been done in a very long time. But they were there lawfully conducting an immigration enforcement operation. The Border Patrol agent was in some type of situation with this female subject. He pushes her to the floor. Alex Preddy closes the distance, comes up to him, and assaults him. That's it. You can't do that. That's a crime. That's a felony. They pepper spray him, get him down to the floor. He's resisting. And it's interesting as well that he had been doing that for a while.
Look,
okay.
Go ahead and well, you can say like, oh,
because you're using you're using 20 you're using
there was never a moment of deadly threat. There never was with Alex.
There's not a moment of deadly threat. The guy was armed.
He did ever reach for it?
Well, here's the thing. The agent that shot him from his left.
There were two.
Yes. The agents that shot him, or the agent, whatever you want to say.
There were two. That's a big difference.
Yeah, doesn't matter. The use of force is still justified. The use of force is still justified. Again, they shot him from the left. Alex Preddy is right-handed. He was moving his hand like this, okay?
Wait, when he was shot?
Huh?
When he was shot, the first or the second times after he was getting up? What time are you talking about?
Well, he was moving his hands like this. That's what the officers
first or
observed.
the second set? Because he was shot two separate sets. The first by the first officer.
When law enforcement shoots, they shoot to stop the threat. Okay? So again, you're using 2020 hindsight once again as usual. Well, like I said before, when they're there, they know he's armed. They heard gun, gun, gun. Obviously, this is a rapidly evolving event. Okay? And he's moving his hands like this. As he was doing that, they did not know that he had been disarmed. They heard
Here's the
gun
problem.
go
You're
off.
obfuscating, and you're doing it intentionally. And this is why I'm saying you're a grifter.
This is the fact.
No. You're saying
This is the
bullshit.
fact.
Myron, you're saying bullshit. How much do you want to bet? $1,000 fucking dollars. Myron, will you take this bet? When he first gets shot, at no point did he reach for his weapon. Bet $1,000 right now.
The officers.
He won't do it.
Him moving
he
his
won't
hand.
fucking do it.
Dude, you don't even you're over here just like, look, bet me $1,000 that this specific thing happened.
Yes,
that's
the thing
not
that
what we're
matters
talking.
when you get fucking shot? Yeah, of course, you retard. What the fuck?
Okay, once again.
I'm sorry, I thought we were about free speech over here.
You know, it's interesting because he missed the like, dude.
Well, I'm sorry. So
the reason why you lose this debate is because it's very simple. You cannot touch a federal agent during the course of their duties. He committed a felony. He got pepper sprayed. He resisted. The officers at the time, the Border Patrol agents, had reason to believe. Well, they heard gun, gun, gun
in an open carry state.
Okay, that's irrelevant again.
Absolutely.
That has nothing to do with the fact pattern. Once again,
did he reach for
it? It doesn't matter if he reached for it or not. What matters is it looked like he was from where they were seeing. Remember, they shot him from the left. They saw his right hand going like this, and they shot. When he was first shot,
wait. That's why you won't take the fucking bet.
Bro,
You know you're full of
bro,
shit.
thank God that we have no lack of. Thank
won't take
God that
the
there's
bet.
no
No, I don't wanna say
hindsight.
fucking grifting. You won't
Because
take the
you're
fucking
sitting
bet.
here. It's not about grifting. It's about you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Wait, yes or no?
You're sitting here.
Myron,
Your
it's so
opinion.
easy.
Your
It's so
opinion
easy.
is irrelevant, and I'm going to tell you why. You're sitting here Monday morning quarterbacking a use of force situation that you weren't involved in giving your opinion. Quite frankly, it doesn't fucking matter what you think. What matters is what occurred in the Border Patrol agent's mind at the time he pulled the trigger. That's
Agreed.
what matters. That's what they're going to judge him on. And
Yes.
that's why they're
Yes.
not being charged.
You're,
Okay?
you are absolutely right until the very end. Now, I will ask again, Myron Gaines, yes or no, when he was first shot, where were his hands?
I don't know.
What the fuck do you mean?
But
You're saying
they-
I
he
did
was
nothing
going
wrong,
like this.
and
That's
you
what
don't
they said, and I saw the videos.
You,
like
Myron, you as
you're
an
asking me to point.
ex-DHS.
You're asking me to
Myron, as an
pinpoint
ex,
the
you gotta let me talk. You
millisecond
just talk
when he
more.
was shot where his hands were. Like,
yeah, that matters. How are you? If you work in law enforcement, you understand that the means of death are always by the hands.
Yeah.
I can't exactly. You know this. So then you know you're not being a fucking
the
retard.
only
I
person,
will-
the only person that's going to be able to
You
say
gotta
that
let me talk.
is going to be the Border
You
Patrol
gotta let
agent.
me talk because you know
it's going to be the Border Patrol agent. You're not murdering
You gotta
anything. You
let
look like a
me-
moron.
You gotta let me talk. You're being a fucking.
Because we don't
retard
even have to
you
get
know
this
it.
far. He committed a crime. It's done. Do not
Bullshit.
touch and assault Border Patrol agents.
If you're not
and
gonna let
federal
me
agents.
talk, we're not gonna keep doing this. I'm grilling you, dude. You won't take
You're not
the
grilling
bait.
anything.
You
You're
know,
wrong.
You
You're
don't
just
even
wrong.
know where his hands were at the
You're
time when
wrong.
he got shot.
You're wrong.
How? Why won't you take the bet?
It doesn't matter.
Because you don't know.
It doesn't
You're
matter.
a fucking moron, dude.
It doesn't
What did I tell
matter.
you?
The Border Patrol agent saw his hand going like this. What is that motion? He's
Did
going
that
like this
happen?
after they heard gun.
Did that happen in the video?
Yes, you can see it in the video. Yes.
Now, what at the very first time he was shot?
There were multiple angles. But what are you trying to? Go ahead, man. Just say what you want to say. Go ahead.
The point I'm establishing is that at no point in this confrontation, when he was initially shot, did he reach for his weapon. And you knew about Felix v. Barnes, and then you lied about it because it completely undermines your bullshit. That's the problem. Because you knew about the totality of the circumstances. Because you know it.
Because it existed before that case.
The totality, no.
It's always been a legal term. Totality of circumstances has always been around.
Felix v. Barnes is the one that solidified that. It said it was a Supreme Court ruling, brother. And also, that's absolutely not true because other courts had this, it was like a doctrine of like, it was like narrow, it was very moment of threat. This
guy does not know what he's
So
talking
if you know in Felix v. Barnes, the officer jumped in the car.
It was totality of circumstances was definitely before fucking last year, bro. What the fuck is this guy smoking?
And the car was moving, and then the cop shot him. He was a reasonable threat, but the officer put himself in that situation like a fucking moron. So then you understand.
Like a moron. Like a law enforcement.
Once again, Alex vs. Freddy, that's what we're talking about. I told you already what it was. Don't assault federal agents when they're doing enforcement operations. It's very simple, and don't be armed when you do it. And at the time, the officers had reason to believe that he was a danger, he was a threat. They shot, he stopped the threat. It is what it is.
So.
Hell yeah, man. Smoke it if you got it. I'm about to smoke a little reclaim right now.
We'll wrap up on this. This horse has been beaten enough. If it is the case that objectively in the video, because you understand the concept of objective reasonableness, you understand that in the video, if at no point he ever reached for his weapon, even despite the officer shouting gun, gun, gun in an open carry state, but he's never reaching for it, would that be unjustified?
What matters is what did the Border Patrol agents that fired their guns think at the time they fired their guns? It doesn't matter what you think, it doesn't matter what I think, it doesn't matter what anyone thinks. What they're going to be judged on is what were the facts that they knew at the time. And us having a discussion about that is really irrelevant to the facts of that case, because he's going to be judged on what was known to him at the time, and that's what I'm saying why he's going to be legally justified, because a lot of law enforcement with that similar training would come to that conclusion of this is reasonable level of force based on the facts and circumstances. Don't commit a felony while armed, dude. It's that simple. You guys want to go ahead and try to justify it because you guys hate ICE so much or law enforcement, that's fine, but don't assault federal agents when they're doing this.
Sure. To the next point, everything that's been happening under... I'm sorry I grilled your fucking guy, bro. Sorry, I grilled your guy. Myron, I'll let you call it. I'll let you call it, bro.
Yeah, we'll go to the next person.
All right, hey, thank you for having me here. I appreciate everyone, and the First Amendment truly is a beautiful thing. If you want to hear things from a more liberal perspective, we've got a tent set up over there. But everyone, thank you so much for your time. Myron, I think you do know better, though, truly. In my heart of hearts, I think you know better.
Thank you.
Hi. I'll preface this by saying, first off, this is like my first time doing this, so I respect the hell out of what you do. I think that coming out here and speaking to hundreds of people, really impressive. So first off, respect the hell out of what you do. Second off, I think we can't talk about Alex Petty or Renee Good, really, because everyone saw different things. You're not going to change people's opinion on what they saw. So I want to talk instead about what ICE has done before that, outside of the extreme in Minneapolis. Do you think that detaining and arresting U.S. citizens without confirming that they are U.S. citizens before their arrest is wrong?
Well, under the Department of Homeland Security, they have the authority to identify who you are. And if someone's not carrying ID or whatever, and they can't verify it, they're going to go ahead and figure out what they are, what their status is.
So everyone should be walking around with proof of citizenship, with a passport or something like that.
With an ID, yeah.
Well, if law enforcement, especially immigration enforcement agents, they have the ability to conduct what's called immigration inspection, and they can verify if you're a U.S. citizen or not. So, and it's, you know, they have a bunch of different, you know, fingerprint things that they can use to verify that or whatever, but yeah.
But that's post-arrest, like them actually taking that person off the street. Do you think that apprehending U.S. citizens without confirming that they're U.S. citizens, or confirming that they're even here legally, is wrong?
So typically what happens is they do an enforcement operation, they encounter a bunch of illegal aliens. There might be a U.S. citizen within that group of people. So since everyone else is illegal, they'll have, you know, reasonable suspicion to believe, hey, look, this guy might be illegal too. That's why they're doing a background check to figure out what it is. Also, it's important to realize that a lot of the times they're either harboring these illegal aliens, they're transporting them somewhere. These are felony crimes. So that's another reason why they're being detained. So every situation is different.
So you said sometimes that these people, or a lot of times that these people are harboring illegal criminals. I don't disagree. I think that there are times where U.S. citizens do spend a lot of time with illegal.
Yeah, if you go into a house and there's 10 illegal aliens and like 1 or 2 of them are U.S. citizens, well, you're going to have reason to believe that they might be illegal too, and you're going to want to verify their identity, right? So exactly. That's why that happens a lot of times where U.S. citizens are being detained. It's not like people are just walking up to them like, oh, I'm going to detain you. It's like, no, there was a fact typically that led to them being detained because maybe they're in the presence of illegal aliens, maybe they're harboring them, maybe they're driving them around. So they got to verify that they're also U.S. citizens with the other individuals.
Okay, completely agree with that. But are you arguing that no U.S. citizen has ever been picked up off the street during the past 14 months that ICE has been operating under President Trump?
Say that again. Has there ever been a what?
Has there ever been a U.S. citizen that has been picked up off the street, unlike what you just said earlier, that hasn't been like, that there isn't really suspicion outside of things like race?
I'm sure it probably did happen.
So is that wrong?
Yeah.
Where they just pick someone up with just based on purely physical factors like race, ethnicity?
I don't have a problem with it.
You don't have a problem with them picking up people off the street just because of the way they look?
If they maybe they don't speak English, maybe they look like that, or maybe they might have seen them come out of a house that they were. What you got to understand is like what you see versus what law enforcement knows are 2 different things. So from the surface level, you might be like, they're just picking up these guys up at Lowe's because they're being racist towards Mexicans. But what you don't know is they might have set up surveillance. They might have an informant that told them, hey, these guys are here every Saturday at this time and they're illegal. So what looks like targeted enforcement operation to be racist might actually have been a long-term situation where they had an informant giving them information. We don't know.
Thank
you. No worries.
What's up, Myron? How's it going?
Yo.
I got 3 questions for you. First one, if you're on Epstein Island with the boys, would you party with them?
I wouldn't be on the island.
Alright. Second question, how do I get laid by a fat chick?
Just give her some McDonald's.
Some what?
McDonald's.
Alright, and then third question, if I was butt booty naked right now, what would you do to me?
I would run away.
Alright, thank you.
No worries.
Check, check, 1, 2, diddy blood, diddy blood, diddy blood.
Yo.
What's up, Myron? First off, man, really appreciate what you do. You know, it takes a lot of strength. They shot the last guy that came out to do this, and it's not cool. You know, we may have our own separate political opinions, but seriously, appreciate what you do, man.
Thank you.
Promoting that stuff, great stuff. 2 simple questions. First off, dude, I'm using my daily flip cash, and I got a blackjack hand. I got 10, and he's got 10. Am I hitting or am I standing?
I don't know, man. I don't gamble, so.
All right, I'll pull the community. We'll hit. Ooh, 14. We're hitting again? Hit again? Fuck! 24. It's all right. That's okay.
And that's precisely why I don't gamble.
Okay. Yeah, blame it on the juice. We're good. Myron, man, I am a film major at this institution here, man. So I gotta ask you my main question. What's your favorite movie, man?
Borat, Pulp Fiction.
Dude, Pulp Fiction's my favorite, man. That's awesome.
Reservoir Dogs is good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Dude, great
It's
answer.
been a while since
I
I've.
appreciate that. Good deal. Not Schindler's List?
What was that?
Not Schindler's List. Boy in the Striped Pajamas.
Never saw those.
Yeah, they're pointless. They're fake stories. It's cool. All right, Myron. Appreciate everything, man. I'll get them on flip tomorrow. Take care, man.
What's up, man?
Yo.
How's it going?
Good.
Alright, so I got more like a serious question for you. It's a little like 2-part kind of question. So, what's your thoughts about Bonnie Blue?
Who?
Bonnie Blue. She like sleeps with a lot of guys.
Oh, I mean, the war. I don't know what to say. Like,
would you fuck her?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay, and then last part of
It
that
has to be a
question,
slow Tuesday.
would you rather have Jeffree Star as a son or Bonnie Blue as a daughter?
Yeah, suicide probably.
You know, you gotta choose one. Gotta choose one.
Jeffree Star. Is that the tranny guy?
He's gay. Very gay. It's like
Is
gay.
it
It's like a top
tranny gay
dog,
or
basically.
like what kind of gay? Oh, he's gay, but he doesn't like trans. I'll take Jeffree Star.
Good choice.
All right.
I appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Paulina. So I have a question. So earlier I heard you say that you don't believe that women should have the right to vote. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Well, so I want to go to medical school. I'm pre-med. I'm a freshman. And I'm just curious about what your opinion is on a lot of what.
Someone's fucking tweaker screaming outside.
Women that want to go to medical school or higher professions, law school, and what you think about that.
Sure, have your profession, but you shouldn't vote. And see, that's exactly why right there. Some girl screaming outside.
Could you just elaborate a little bit more about why you think? So, you think it's like, would you have a woman as your doctor?
These are two different discussions. We're on the vote thing, right?
Okay, why don't you explain why you don't think women should have the right to vote then?
Okay. What is a selective service?
I'm not sure.
That's why you shouldn't be able to vote.
Okay, I'm willing to bet that a lot of men here don't know what that is either.
Oh no, they all know because they wouldn't be here without it. They all know. They wouldn't be able to go to school here without it. And that's the difference, and that is precisely why women shouldn't have the right to vote. Because I don't think it's fair that men have a bunch of responsibility, and women get the same level of authority without the same level of responsibility.
Okay, so you think it's okay for women to go to higher professions like law school, medical school, but they can't vote. So a woman could be a doctor, but she can't vote. Is that what you would agree with that?
Yeah, and also, here's the thing, right? I am realistic. I understand that we live in a world where dual income is kind of needed, things are more expensive, etc. But what I will say is, I don't think women should be prioritizing career over a family. I think they should be prioritizing a family first. But the problem is that we have the society where we tell women to prioritize career, and I think that creates a lot of issues.
Okay, that's all. Thank you.
No worries. All right, who's up next? I know we got a bunch of women over here heckling. You guys are free to come on the mic if you guys want. I hear a bunch of clocking and stuff like that. I don't know what's going on.
How's it going, Amru?
Yo.
So your friend Nick Fuentes, he was talking about Epstein, right? And he said that Epstein was not a pedophile. Do you agree with that?
You can go ahead and ask Nick about that.
No, I'm just saying, like, do you agree with that? I'm just saying, because that's your peer, right? You consider him a friend, or at least as.
It's interesting how you pay so much attention to people that I know, and you could. Why don't you just talk to them and ask them?
I can't. Well, how would I be able to talk to Nick Fuentes? Bro?
Shoot him a DM, join his group. I don't know.
Join his group.
Talk to him.
It's not like. What are you talking about? How would I talk to him?
We got a Telegram group for like $100. Join it. Ask him.
Telegram for $100?
Yeah, just join it, man.
Okay. I just want to ask you though. Was Epstein a pedophile?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. All right. I just want to make sure.
Somebody needs to check that guy. Make sure he doesn't have anything in his backpack.
Yeah, that'll be good. How you doing?
Very strange. Yeah, what's up, man?
So I just wanted to touch on Epstein. I know you guys just talked about that a little bit. Do you agree with all the redactions in the Epstein files, especially of people who seem to be perpetrators of it and not just victims?
I don't think they should be redacting perpetrators.
Okay. And then, so you
Portland
completely
is like New York.
You completely disagree with
Yeah.
all claims that
I'm glad that Portland's like less populated than New York, though. Because there's sometimes I can walk, there's times I can walk around downtown Portland and there'll be like no one outside. And New York's not like that.
Donald Trump? What do you think about Donald Trump being in the Epstein files over 38,000 times?
Problematic.
It's problematic. Okay, then I guess we agree on that. What do you think about claims that various politicians are eating children? Do you believe in that? I can read the file if you want me to. I have it pulled up.
Yeah, I don't know if that was like code or if it's real, but I'll tell you, so a lot of these elites are weirdos, so I wouldn't be surprised by anything at this point.
The reason I'm asking these questions is when you're looking at who you want to support as a politician, I think you'd want to consider what they're doing in their free time. The president of our country was in the Epstein files multiple times. I wasn't like, I'm not a liberal. I was very conservative for a while, but now I'm starting to doubt the leadership of our country, right? So what do you think about that, and where should we move forward from there?
Well, how you feel is how you feel.
But how do you feel?
Well, I mean, I think it's good that we're getting them. One thing we can say is that this presidency or this administration is the most transparent for sure. They've declassified a lot of files, which is a good thing. But yeah, highly questionable what's in the files. Not good.
Okay, so then what is your stance on how we're going to move forward with elections, like with Republicans and everything?
We have to have politicians in power that aren't compromised by Jews.
So what do you think should be taken as a stance against people like Donald J. Trump who are in the files for like this many times and nothing has happened to them so far?
Bro, that doesn't fucking mean anything. What is this retard even talking about? In the files. Bro, they listed a fucking billion people that didn't commit any crimes. What is this retard talking about?
Well, like I said, we got to get leadership that isn't compromised. That's what we really need to do. People that have an America first perspective, that are nationalists, that care about this country, don't necessarily care about other countries, and yeah.
All right, I agree. Thank you for your time.
No worries.
People are so fucking dumb, bro. If you're in the files, you're guilty. Like, in the files. That's why they shouldn't even release this shit. It feeds into, like, retards' conspiracies.
Hello, I am John Manson, as what you will refer to me as. I just wanted to say that I, as John Manson, am the owner of the John Manson Club, which can be found by following at John Manson70 on Instagram. So, if anybody is willing to join our club, it would be really appreciate the effort to join. Anyways, I will be stepping down.
Anyway.
You all have a good day.
That was wild. Completely just went up there to promote himself.
Yeah, we should have kept some blacks as slaves.
Oh, fuck.
All right. What's up, Myron? My question.
Yeah, I think we need to honestly, I think we need to do an IQ test on people. And if you score, anything below like an 80, you need to be a fucking slave.
What the fuck? I don't know if he's serious or
What's up,
what,
man?
What's up? My question is, what do you think about Clav getting frame mocked by the ASU frat leader?
Whatever that means.
Hey man, Clav's a homie, so it is what it is.
Well, like, do they need to do like a one-on-one, like another one, like rematch?
I guess they can do a rematch. I don't know.
Now I got one more question.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Ye song?
HH.
Fair enough.
All right, man.
Hey, how you doing? I'm not too well versed in this topic, but I wanted to know what you thought about Erica Kirk being a Mossad agent.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. It just seemed a little bit suspicious.
Yeah, I don't know, to be honest with you.
She
I haven't really been keeping up with like all the Turning Point drama.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. She removed Charlie Kirk's wedding picture out of their little stuff spot they do the interviews in. It's kind of wild.
Well, I mean, from what I understand, someone said that she moved it lower so that her daughter can see it. I think it is a bit strange how people are analyzing the hell out of her. Obviously, she's in a very difficult situation with her her husband getting assassinated. So I don't know. I think she's being super microanalyzed, and from like being the wife to having to take over the entire organization, it's not easy. So
yeah, that's a fair point. I can agree with you on that. All right, have a good day, man.
All right, later.
All right, what's good, Myron?
Yo.
So I just wanted to, not gonna like dog on you, not gonna glaze you either. I kind of just want to set like a precedent for the ICE debate. So since you were an ICE agent, I just figured you'd kind of be like a subject matter expert on this. I have a feeling that since ICE is being basically followed by both the liberal media and like Trump, and it's being like both rated and hated on, and it kind of makes everything public, and all the like not pretty parts of law enforcement are being shown. So I just wanted to know, you being an ICE agent, were there any really
Not anymore.
Well, a former one, I meant to say. But were there any differences in the way like you operated things and ICE operated things when you were in it, and the way they're operating now, aside from like having to deal with protesters this time?
Well, yeah, before, they did not do immigration enforcement like this. They were scared to do immigration enforcement. So the fact that they're doing it now, it's like ripping the Band-Aid off, which is good because they've been scared to do their jobs for a very long time. So I was more on the investigation side. I didn't really do too much immigration enforcement, but now they're ramping it up, so.
Okay, that's fair enough. And so, I don't know, well, when did you serve in ICE? Like, under whose administration?
From 2013 to 2020. As an agent.
So,
Actually, from 2010 to 2020.
So
with the
agency was
agency.
under Obama. Okay, that's even better. So like you would say it's kind of were there really any differences under Obama versus under Trump, or do you like not know if you weren't like actually doing the immigration enforcement?
Well, Trump was a lot more pro law enforcement and pro immigration. Under Trump, he was doing more as what's called expedited removals. So when people were getting caught at the border, they were just getting sent right back, not getting like NTAs like a lot of other presidents would allow. Well, Biden definitely allowed that.
Okay, I mean, I just wanted to know because
It's immigration jargon that would be boring for most people, but yeah, like Trump was way more pro law enforcement.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask because Obama deported more people under Trump than Trump did, and he was also anti-immigration. So I was just wondering,
Yeah, the reason why is it's not that Obama was anti-immigration. It was that more illegal
immigration,
more illegal aliens try to come into the country when a Democrat is in. So what ends up happening is more deportations happen because more people try to come in and they get turned away at the border. So it's basically like kind of like padding stats.
Okay, that's kind of just all I wanted to know. I didn't want to take up too much of your time.
All right, no worries. Who's up next? So yeah, Valentine's Day's for Sims. There we go. Bam.
What's good, Myron?
Yo.
I wanted to evaluate the claim that Charlie Kirk potentially was astral projecting. This is a claim made by Candace Owens. Just want to know what you thought about that.
Not familiar with it, to be honest with you.
Well, apparently the lights would turn on and off when he'd enter a room, and he's possibly from the future. I just think that's interesting.
Possibly.
I have no knowledge of it.
Hey, well, I think it's interesting. I also wanted to ask what you thought about, Candace Owens talking a lot about Israel potentially taking out Charlie.
I'm still waiting for all the evidence to come out.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. I honestly just thought all of it's really funny. Have a go, man.
All right.
So this is more breaking news. First off, Clavicular also got bogged by the cameraman, so that's something that I'm gonna have to deal with. Also, for the weather, Saturday, February 14th, it's gonna have a low of a 37, a high of a 60 degrees, and there is a 0% chance of rain. So yeah, that's the weather for tomorrow.
How's it going, Myron? All right, I want to start off. What is your favorite and least favorite amendment?
Favorite, First Amendment, least favorite, 19th.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting. And could you expand on the 19th Amendment for those who don't know?
Basically, right for women to vote.
Okay, and then what's your opinion on Thomas Macy?
It's cool. I like the fact that he doesn't take AIPAC money. I like the fact that he's critical of Israel. Very rare in Washington, D.C. Most politicians are shills for Israel, so it's good to have someone in the government that isn't controlled by them.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think he's a great guy. And what's your opinion on the Second Amendment?
Great, needs to be protected at all costs.
Okay. So, are you familiar with the Assault Weapon Control Act of 1989? It basically just banned selling of fully automatic guns and stuff. Do you think that's valid, or?
Never really thought about it too much. Yeah, I mean, fully automatic could be dangerous. Yeah, that's an interesting question. I don't know yet. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's a tough one, but from there, like a lot of people, like even like gun like supporters, they would say like that's kind of valid, like it's a fully automatic gun. And that's how I think some people are, and then that built on today, like in Chicago and stuff, they're trying to take our handgun rights. So I think stuff like that just builds on it, and like nowadays with ICE, them getting deported and like maybe not using the 4th Amendment and like 14th Amendment, stuff like that. And like
yeah, I saw a picture. And then they got kicked out of the club or whatever, something like that, banned from something like that.
30+ years, do you think we could see that same effect? How like first they went from banning fully autos to then taking our handguns, from like denying illegal immigrants their right to denying U.S. citizens of their right in the court systems?
And that's precisely why I was like, I don't know, because like that exactly, it's like you get into a slippery slope where it's like they take an inch and then they try to take a mile. So that's why I'm so.
Oh, I thought they all got banned. I thought like Nick and Myron, I thought they were all banned for some reason. I don't know, I didn't really follow the story.
I'm very hesitant with gun restriction laws because I know what the goal is. It's never to actually restrict just that component. It's always to move the goalposts further and further.
Exactly, because every right we have is defended by the Second Amendment, and I just think we need to be hypercritical of our government, and like we just can't let them trample on our rights. And it starts with stuff that's like simple, everyone agrees on, and then it builds on their taking rights from us people. So I think we just got to be hypercritical.
Yeah, especially like law-abiding citizens. I understand that there's going to be prohibited persons like felons and mentally ill people, drug users, fair.
Yeah.
But once you start getting into the process of like, yeah, we're just going to deny law-abiding citizens X, Y, Z. Well, we know criminals are going to get the guns anyway, right? So all you're effectively doing a lot of times with gun restriction is limiting law-abiding citizens.
It seems weird that you would be banned from a club for playing like a popular song. That's surprising to me.
The ability to defend themselves against people that are breaking the law.
Exactly, yeah. All right, thank you for your time.
No worries. Who's up next?
Boa tarde, irmão. Meu nome é Vitor, eu sou do Brasil. A minha pergunta é: o que você acha de latinas?
English, please.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I'm from Italy. I'm an international student, and recently we've had a lot of illegal immigrants getting into Italy, and the criminal rates are going high, and that's pretty bad for my.
I don't know. I thought it was I didn't, I kind of thought it was, I thought he was like apologizing to the Jews in that song. But maybe I was wrong.
My country, but also I don't really agree with the way ICE is acting in the U.S. I believe it's a little bit too much aggressive, even though they're criminals. I don't agree with killing people because they're illegal immigrants and criminals. So what do you think would be a better way to reduce illegal immigration in other countries or in the U.S. as well?
Well, that worldview is precisely why you guys are getting invaded by criminals all over the place. If you want to do immigration enforcement, it's not going to be pretty. And that is exactly why Italy has the problems that it has, and Europe as well. You guys are getting raped by mass immigration all across Western Europe because you guys want to be woke and socialist and let everybody in and have open borders, thinking that these people are going to acclimate to your country. They're not. They're going to come in. They're going to steal the resources. They're going to break the laws. They're going to abuse the system. And that's what you guys have going on in Western Europe right now.
Yeah, but Italy is not a socialist country.
Yeah, I know you guys just started getting, if I'm not mistaken, you have a right-wing leader now. But the problem is that you guys have had mass immigration for a while. And that's why you have the problems that you have with the crime. And we don't want to end up like that with the United States. So this is why mass immigration is an issue.
Yeah, I understand. And my second question is, what's your opinion on big booty Latinas?
BBLs?
Send them back too.
Are you sure?
Are you sure?
Send them back as well, man. Fuck it.
I bet that. Thank you, man.
Yeah. Myron says he's not anti-Jew. He says he's just anti-Israeli government, but you can tell he's very anti-Jew.
First off, I just want to thank you for giving college kids an opportunity to speak openly like this. My first question, you mentioned earlier when my friend debated about the Epstein files that the Israeli government was involved in that. Can you expand more on that, please?
Yeah, I mean, basically Epstein was compromising people for the benefit of a foreign country.
Do you believe that there are many politicians in our government that are blackmailed by Israel?
Blackmailed, on the take financially, multitude of different reasons, but I think the important thing is that
where do you think America...
A lot of these people don't have America's best interest at heart. They have, their own interests at heart, which is a lot of politicians, unfortunately.
So where do you think America should move forward with our relationship with Israel?
Stop giving them aid.
Thank you, that's it.
No worries.
Yeah, they were talking earlier about how it's like popular on the internet to be anti-Jew and racist right now.
The topic, guys, is Valentine's is for simps, is the topic.
Hey.
Or ICE did nothing wrong, but trying to switch it up. Go ahead.
All right, so regarding your claim that ICE did nothing wrong, I disagree. Senator John Ossoff did an investigation into ICE detention centers and found over...
I don't know, I feel like Ben mostly just does his like radio show right now for like a long time, and I never fucking hardly ever watch that. Ben Shapiro's best when he goes to college campuses like Charlie Kirk did and do lectures, but he stopped doing that because they kept like protesting him or whatever. So I think if Ben Shapiro did start doing college talks again, that might be good for his career. But yeah, I think he did kind of fall off because you hardly hear from him anymore.
For 1,000 human rights violations, many of which were physical and sexual abuse allegations. Furthermore, several ICE detention workers have been charged with sexual assault. So I just want to know what your thoughts were on that.
Don't come to America illegally.
Still doing something wrong.
Don't come to America illegally.
I don't care. It's if you physically or sexually abuse someone, that's a human rights violation. That's violating international law, legally and morally. That's wrong.
Yeah, that's horrible. But again, don't break the law.
That's fair enough, but I'm saying your claim is wrong. ICE has done something wrong. There's extensive evidence about it.
Yeah, it is what it is, man.
All right.
Obviously, it's a little bit of hyperbole, but yeah, in general, I think what ICE is doing is good. Picking up illegal aliens, enforcing immigration law. Yes, there's always going to be some idiots in the organization that do some dumb shit, or there's going to be contractors, because a lot of these jails that you're talking about aren't even run by ICE, it's by contractors, that are going to do fucked up shit. Nothing's perfect. But I do think that if we're going to go ahead and do the deportations and get people out of here like we want, it's not going to be perfect. Nothing is.
Well, I can't change your mind on that, but I respect you for at least admitting that ICE has fucked up before.
Nothing's perfect.
How you doing, Myron?
You.
What is your opinion on how Trump's net worth has increased by 3.4 billion, yet the working class still is not benefiting?
I can't hear you. You got to speak up a little bit.
How is Trump's net worth increased by 3.4 billion, yet the working class is not benefited by any of that?
You saying Trump's net worth?
Yeah.
Improved?
Since his presidency, yeah.
Because of what?
His net worth has increased by 3.4 billion since becoming president.
Okay.
How does that benefit the working class at all?
Not good.
So what's your opinion on that?
I just told you it's not good.
So what can he do to do better?
Well, last time I know when he left office before he actually lost money, so his net worth went down. I think he was the only president's net worth to go down from when he last left office. But yeah, I mean, we need a leader that's a hardcore nationalist that understands, because the thing is that Trump's been wealthy his entire life, right? So that's another issue.
Agreed.
But yeah, you got to put someone in that's like a hardcore nationalist, and I know that offends a lot of people, but that's what we need.
But for the 2028 election, who do you think is like the best candidate?
We'll have to see.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have to see. See who steps up and runs. Who's up next? Valentine's Day for Sims, guys. That is the topic for now. So, go ahead.
Hey Myron, so I know you have a very strong opinion on Israel and the Jews, so I was just wondering what you think about how this was recently brought to my attention. Most major news broadcasts are controlled by Jewish people, so what do you think of that?
Yeah, I mean,
recently
that's
brought
true.
to my attention.
It's not a good thing, because obviously when you control the media, you're able to put out certain narratives.
And also, when you were on the limo with the Tate brothers and Nick Fuentes, what was going through your mind when HH was playing over the speaker and you raised your right hand in the air and yelled, "Jews mad"?
It was awesome.
I'm not gonna lie, it was a little corny. I'm gonna keep it real with you, but at least you like what you like, so.
Yeah, because I just don't give a fuck what people think. You know what I mean? If I do a fucking Roman salute like this, and people get all offended, it is what it is. We're tired of the woke, culture of, telling us what's right, what's wrong, trying to tell police whatever. It's a bunch of annoying faggotry, and I'm taking a stand against it. And if I got to do a Roman salute to do it, we're doing it. That's fine.
That's all. Thank you.
Yep. Political correctness is one of the worst things that we have in America, and we gotta fucking get rid of that shit.
All right, I'm back, man.
Yo.
Actually, about Valentine's Day. So if you think two people are in a happy working relationship, that a man should not get his girl any gifts for Valentine's.
Women have to earn it. The problem is that we live. See, and it's funny because like the girls in the back are laughing. You guys should actually look at the reactions of women that are here that don't like the fact that I'm saying like women need to earn it, because we live in a world where we give women anything just for existing and having vaginas and titties. And this is why so many women are useless, because they've never had to be useful, and we don't actually put them through their paces to be an asset. Look, I'm not against treating women well. Actually, as a matter of fact, I think guys should be breadwinners. I don't even think women should work. I think she should be able to have the luxury of staying at home. But that's got to come with her being an asset. The problem is that most women are liabilities, and guys reward them for being liabilities. That's the issue that we have.
So, okay, so in your type of dictator relationship, so if she's doing everything that you want her to, you would get her gifts for Valentine's Day?
Yes, but she's got to earn it.
Okay. And will you be my Valentine?
Super gay. But I'm sure there's plenty of ladies here that would love to go out with you on Valentine's.
You just call me handsome. I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, bro.
You just call me handsome.
Who's up next? Any ladies want to come up and debate Valentine's Day?
Just call me handsome.
Shanique was in the back over there that don't like it. What I'm saying? Yeah, you and the brown. Yeah, I see you guys like looking at me like I'm crazy because I'm saying women need to bring more to the table. Yep, here we go.
What are you doing to earn it?
Uh-oh.
I mean, men get given anything for having dicks and testosterone. So what are you doing to earn
What are
it?
you doing?
Well, it's interesting how I see girls like, this one over here doing this dumb shit, or clock it or whatever. The reality is that men have to bring far more into any type of relationship because women are more selective. So since women are more selective, by definition of the guy even talking to you and being around you, he has to bring something to the table.
Yeah, because most guys are assholes, and women don't want to just sit and deal with that. So they're more.
But that's my point. That's my point is that men have to bring far more to the table than women. So what I'm saying is for the guy, at least have her reciprocate something on her end before you give her some type of reward.
What do you want her to reciprocate? Bro?
Do acts of service, submit, be nice,
Like
be pleasant, not be a whore, don't
What do
be
you mean by
annoying.
submit?
Listen to the man.
She gone.
See, this is why nobody likes black girls. It's why they're low. This is why. See, of course, guys, don't send for them, man. Like this is actually one of the problems. We could talk about this. Like this is why black women rate so low on dating apps, right? Like there's a reason why so few men actually actively go out and date black women besides black dudes. Like they don't really do well outside of their own race because black women have a lot of bad habits, such as being rude, rambunctious, loud, fake hair, ghetto. They don't submit to men. They don't believe in male authority. And you guys can see that right here. Like when I said submit to a man, she looked at me like I'm a fucking insane. But that's how relationships work. So, Okay, tell me how I'm insane then. Well, so they can hear you. How am I insane? You can't even tell me why. See, since the beginning of time, men have been the leaders, women are the followers. That's how relationships work. Women want a guy who they can submit to. They want a guy who's taller than them, stronger than them, more competent than them. And I find it interesting how it's like women want all these things, right, from a guy, but then they'll sit here and lie and be like, oh, no, I'm not going to submit. It's like, well, what? That's not how this works. No relationship works when a woman's in a leadership role. And we all know this, and the women even know this as well. The only thing women can lead is to the end of the relationship. Here, you want to walk up and say something? I see you want to say something, you stop. No, it's fine. Come on up. Well, let the girl go first. Ladies first, right? Go ahead.
Hello, Katie.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, so I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea who you are.
Okay.
So can you just kind of explain to me your thought process here?
Sure. Women are stupid. Jews run America. Blacks are criminals. Indians stink. Asians are good at math, but they're also zipperheads. And it wasn't 6 million.
Okay, so women are stupid, yes?
Yes.
Who's Marie Curie?
What's that?
Who's Marie Curie?
I don't know.
So you're stupid. You don't know a woman who discovered radiation?
Who the fuck cares?
More than likely, she probably didn't discover it. It's probably a man that discovered it because girls always love to come up here for some odd reason and say, we invented Wi-Fi. And then I fact check and it's like dudes that made it and then like women just think that women made it. The reality is that like men are like 90% plus on like all human innovation. Women don't really create anything but headaches.
Who creates men?
A man and a woman.
Okay, but would a man be able to create a woman, or would a man be able to create a man without a woman?
Would a woman be able to create a man without a man?
Yes.
No, they wouldn't.
Bone marrow?
You need semen.
Not necessarily.
Bone marrow, hello.
Bone marrow pregnancy is a thing, is it not?
Yeah. Was it fact check that man found radiation? Yeah, see? There you go.
As far as I'm aware, it was Marie Curie. That's what I was
See,
taught.
this is what I mean when I say women don't create anything but headaches. Like, it's like, dude, it's... honestly, you know, I'm just gonna keep it real. We need to make women second-class citizens again. It would fix so many problems if we made women subordinate once again. Because you guys, whenever you guys have authority or power, or you
See,
think that
I
you're
just don't
smart,
understand why you say all this
This
shit
doesn't
up
work.
here, acting like you're like untouchable for whatever reason. You came from a woman. How dare you? How dare you call us stupid? We created you.
we don't have to be smart to have kids.
Yeah, that's why men just spread their seed wherever the hell they feel like it and then leave after about 5 minutes. They have
Well,
absolutely
you're
no
the-
responsibility.
Well,
You
here's the
talk about
thing.
selective, whatever the hell, selective service. You have no responsibility. You leave after you have a child.
Selective
So
service,
what's up with that?
You leave after you have a child?
You do, not you specifically, men.
Well, I mean, look.
That's what I thought.
What the fuck? Yo, it's always hilarious. Like you didn't know anything. Just like. That's the name of the radiation thing? Yeah, so sure, facts are wrong too. Yeah, see guys, that right there is precisely why we need to go back. We need to make women go back to the kitchen, second-class citizens, repeal the 19th Amendment, just all emotion, no facts. I feel like I'm mad, I'm triggered, how dare you? It's like, at the end of the day, you need a man to have a kid. It's a two-part process. Women always tend to forget that. But it is what it is. Guys, don't be simps for on Valentine's Day.
What's up?
Yo.
You said Indian steak, right?
Yeah.
You want to come like take a whiff real quick?
No, thank you.
You sure?
Yes.
Dude, I can open up right now. Come take a whiff.
No, thank you, man.
Okay, I have another question.
Sure.
Right? Your whole thing is politics, right? You love politics? That's your thing?
It's one of the things I dabble in.
Okay, tight. So if you love politics so much, right? Why are you talking about Valentine's Day being for Sims? What does that do for the country?
Were you here the whole time we were talking about ICE and all the other stuff?
I have a genuine question. No, that's why I'm asking.
Well,
That's
yeah,
why
we
I'm
discussed politics for the beginning part.
No, I understand that, but like, what does this do? Like, what are you doing for the betterment of our country right now?
Helping
Do you
guys save
advocate?
Can I answer your question?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Helping guys save money and not put effort and energy into women that don't reciprocate.
So
Keeping
we're
guys
not
from putting guns in their mouths for simping on women or not being able to get over a bad relationship or identifying women that are problematic and not getting in relationships with them or not being used.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question, right? We're in a capitalist society. Why wouldn't you want more people to spend money? Isn't that like a big part of the reason Valentine's Day exists?
Yeah, spend money on themselves, not on women that don't give a shit about them.
What's the difference? Why do you care?
There's a problem. Indians are fucking simps, man. God damn.
You're Sudanese, bro. You're not from this country either.
Yeah, I've actually served this country, though. I don't know what you do besides that, but I'm ignorant.
too.
But with Indians,
I can pull up my cat if you want.
Indians are fucking the biggest simps, man. It's crazy. You have anything else you want to say? Great. Instead of jerking off, you should spend more time going to the gym. Your stomach's hanging out, and you got titties. Being fat as a man is completely unacceptable. Who's up next? Everybody scared?
Skirt? Y'all scared?
It's okay, guys. I don't bite. Anybody can come up. Feminists, liberals, Valentine's Day is for simps. If you're gonna come up, have an argument ready. The Shaniquas, if you guys want another chance, you can come back up. I can tell you guys why black women raise so poorly and why men don't want to date them, or how fat they are. Well, the average black woman's 180, what is it? I think 187 pounds, which is fucking nuts. Yeah, the average black woman's 187 pounds. This guy. All you do is that hums, so it's like, as long as you don't got a gun in your backpack. You always gotta watch out with guys like this.
Well, first, why do you think I got a gun though?
Hey, bro. Hey, you look
Yeah,
you look the type.
All
But
right.
what do you have to say?
All right, fair enough. But last year you said something about the U.S. code about people with mental illness owning guns, right? You remember that? You remember the code?
Trainees shouldn't have guns.
Right.
You're the guy that defends trainees having guns, so I rember you.
No, yeah, right. But you remember?
Which makes sense, actually, now that I think about it.
You remember the, what do you call it? The code that you quoted.
Yeah, 18 U.S.C. 922.
You lied about that code about it banning all people with mental illnesses from owning guns. You know that, right?
People that have been committed to an asylum or people that are crazy are prohibited persons.
Right. But trans people.
Hence having a mental illness.
But trans people, not all trans people have been admitted in mental asylums.
They should be.
Most people with
They
mental
should be.
illnesses haven't been admitted in mental asylums.
I mean, did you see what happened in Canada? Like, I think at this point we're starting to realize that like giving trainees guns is a problem.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like gun laws though. Hold on. You know what I mean? Because last year you said that people with mental illnesses couldn't own guns. That's what you said.
Yes, the people that are committed to
That's what you said.
asylums,
You said people
which
with
have a mental illness, and I think we should expand it like trainees as well. They shouldn't have guns.
So but you said people with mental illnesses can't own guns. That's what you said.
I don't know the exact quote,
That's
but
what
I
you
said
said.
that. But I said that I don't think trainees should have guns because I think they're mentally ill.
So
And I think a lot of people would agree with me on that.
I just want you to make sure though.
Because you're trying to advocate for trainees having guns, and that's how we run into
I'm
a
just
lot of
a
problems.
Second Amendment. Like I'm just full Second Amendment. That's the only thing is because you can't like ban a whole subgroup of people from owning guns, especially when like I gave you statistics. It's not even like they don't shoot people more. They don't shoot people more than any other group.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you disagree with that? Do you disagree with the fact? Do you think that they shoot people more than other groups?
I think that if you can't even identify what gender you are, you shouldn't have a gun.
You could say that about a lot of stuff though. You could say if somebody's like stupid or like if somebody's like if they're wrong about something though. Like that's just a very like
Being stupid is one thing, but not being able to, but being mentally ill, not knowing what gender you are, I don't think you should have a firearm. And I think we've seen a lot of school shootings recently. Literally just a couple of days ago, some fucking crazy person just killed a bunch of kids in Canada.
No, I got you.
We're seeing it happening in the United States, etc. So I'm
just saying that's a shaky premise to rate it on. Is saying like, oh, if you're transgender, if you say you're a girl, then if you're a man who says they're a girl,
we don't have to agree on it. But like, I don't think trainees should have guns.
All right, I just want to make sure that
that's fine. You're cool with trainees having guns. That's fine. But like, I don't want. I think we need to protect children, and if that means that some fucking weirdos that don't know what their gender is can't have a pistol, then I'm all for it.
Got you.
Who's up next? What is it? You said Trump is a fake conservative? All right, cool.
Yep.
That's fine. Who's up next? I don't disagree.
You don't disagree?
No, I don't disagree.
Okay then. So fuck Trump, right?
Yeah, I don't agree.
Why?
No, I'm saying I do. No.
No. Why don't you agree?
No, I do agree that he's a fake conservative. Yes.
Okay then. Appreciate it. Fuck Trump.
Like, because for example, like I think as a true conservative, you wouldn't put women in positions of power. I wouldn't give Kristi Noem or Pam Bondi any type of power, but that's fine. What's up?
So I wanted to ask you, do you own a gun?
Yeah.
But you just said trans don't deserve to hold guns and shouldn't have guns in the country. But you yourself own a gun.
Yeah, I'm not mentally ill or retarded.
But you're trans. You're a hypocrite. I mean, you didn't accidentally lose your girlfriend. Like, you know why she switched. You know why she left.
Remember when I said we need to bring slavery back?
Oh, now you want to change the topic. Now you want to change the topic.
You're just low IQ.
Now you want to change the topic.
You said, because your argument was, you said trans shouldn't have guns.
Right.
I'm like, yes. Then you're like, well, you're trans.
Right.
I mean, how am I even going to engage with such a ridiculous premise? Like, that doesn't even make sense.
But I mean, you are trans. I've seen the photos. You had the maid outfit on.
Am I purporting myself to be
You
a
had the
woman?
little mini skirt on. Like, I've seen the photos, bro.
Am I purporting myself to? You must have
You
some
talk
other
to
weird
little
shit.
boys. I mean,
You must have some other weird shit.
I'm just wondering. Like, why are you so against your own people?
Okay,
Like,
I don't remember the last time I said that I was a woman, but that's fine.
But I mean, are you with a woman? Or are you with a man while you pretend to be a woman?
You have an actual argument, or?
I was just asking. Like, I mean, you the one who want to switch the topic when I bring it up. Like, oh, black people this, black people that. But like, dude, you're the one pretending.
Well, I mean, you're literally showing the stereotype right now. Like you're.
Can you tell the audience what the stereotype is, please?
You're acting like a nigger. I mean, it's just that simple.
Whoa,
This is some
okay, that's
niggertry
a
right
little-
here.
That's a little derogatory, don't you think?
I mean, dude, you're behaving like one. So what do you want me to lie?
May I ask what race are you?
I'm black too.
Oh, you're black. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're black.
Yeah.
So you invited to the cookout?
What was that?
You invited to the cookout?
I
Like,
don't
do
know
you
what
have
that's supposed to
any?
mean.
Do you have any family that loves you or care for you?
Yeah.
But you're trans. You just said trans don't deserve no rights. Like, the things just seem they're just not adding up. I don't know.
Yeah, day one, if I was president, that dude would be on the cotton field somewhere. Holy, we gotta bring slavery back, bro. We gotta bring slavery back. Like 50 IQ, chimp behavior, monkey behavior, making blacks look bad, fucking retarded, can't even engage with a real argument. Incredible, keeping the stereotypes alive.
Okay,
And Martin
so,
Luther King said he had a dream, he wasn't dreaming that shit, man. Holy, nigga retarded. What's up?
so I followed Charlie Kirk for quite some time before he died. I agreed with some stuff he said. I disagreed with some stuff he said. One big thing I did disagree with, though, is he always said to get married early. Do you think there's any benefit for a man to get married early in his life?
Unfortunately, no. I think marriage has its benefits, especially for a nuclear family. But I think with just the way women are nowadays, right, with some of the ladies we engage with here, I mean, I don't think any of you guys would probably want to marry or get with any of these women in a long-term relationship, because.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be, they advertise it as him being sketchier than it actually was.
A lot of these girls don't even want to submit to a man, and that's going to create issues for you as a husband.
And also, another thing I did want to ask you is, do you think we ever will see the full unredacted version of the Epstein files, or will there always be some censoring over it?
If we do get them, it's not going to be anytime soon, fully unredacted. I mean, look, we still don't have all the JFK files.
And also, what do you think the punishment should be for the pedophiles we have in our government?
Torture?
I agree. I'm a big fan. Thank you.
No worries, man. Thank you.
Torture?
You.
Howdy.
What's up?
Not much. I'm a little confused.
This is jail time.
This organization is called Uncensored America, but they have a guy hosting or headlining who said that Saudi Arabia was better than America. That's just kind of confusing to me.
What?
You said that Saudi Arabia was better than America. It's kind of
When
weird.
did I say that?
On Tim Pool, didn't you?
No.
Yeah, you did.
No.
Yeah, you said that. I
don't know what
Actually, why don't I just ask you? Is Saudi Arabia better than America?
No.
It's not?
No. Oh, you know what? I think you're talking about when in context when I said like getting women in line. Yeah, getting women in line, Saudi Arabia is better than America. Yeah. I like how you remove the context.
All right. Yeah.
Which is what you progressives always do. You always got to remove the context, of course, to make it sound crazier.
What about ICE? are you generally pro or against ICE?
Pro ICE.
Yeah. So are you
pro immigration enforcement?
So are you pro them violating the Fourth Amendment?
How so?
Yeah. So in the Todd Lyons memo that leaked, they basically said that they could go into your home without a judicial warrant. That violates the Fourth Amendment, right?
Well, there's exceptions to the Fourth Amendment. So
yeah, for like exigent circumstances, but they're saying that you can just carte blanche go into a proper
sure, there's
document.
exceptions to the Fourth Amendment. Again, like I don't know the particular situation that you're referring to, but if like, for example, if ICE knocks on the door and they see an illegal alien in the back or someone that they're looking for, they're going to go in and get them.
No, you can't just enter a private domicile, even if there is an illegal person in there. That violates the Fourth Amendment.
You can. That's literally the criminal's right there in front of you. You can
Yeah,
see him.
no, and you have to have a judicial warrant. You can't just enter a home.
You can have
That's been
a-
upheld by the Supreme Court for years.
What was that?
That's been upheld by the Supreme Court for
Immigration's
years.
a bit different.
No, immigration applies to law enforcement. The Fourth Amendment applies to ICE enforcement, immigration enforcement.
Yeah, but if they see someone who they have a warrant for in order to remove, and they see him right there, they can go grab him.
No,
they see him.
No, they can't.
Okay, then.
I mean, if you have a problem with our Constitution.
No, it's not about the Constitution. It's about you don't understand that if they're there to effectuate a warrant and they see someone that's an illegal alien that they have a warrant of deportation for, if they
ICE is saying that
they do not need a judicial warrant to effectuate immigration law. They do not. You're one of these other fucking retards that doesn't get it. Look, buddy. If an immigration judge, see, you don't know what you're talking about. If an immigration judge orders someone removed, you show up, they open the door, and you see the guy there, you go fucking get him. That's it.
No,
You see them there.
What ICE is saying
You have a
is
right
that
to
you don't
see.
need-
So you have a right to see. If you see him, go grab him.
What
He's a
ICE
legal
is
alien.
saying is that
And then they
you
just
don't
take him out,
need-
effectuate the arrest, and it's done.
So what ICE is saying, what Tom Lyons is saying, is that you don't need a judge to issue a warrant in order to enter
There
a
is a
private
warrant.
domicile.
There is a warrant. It's
No,
an
it's
immigration warrant. It's different.
An administrative warrant or an immigration warrant is
Again
doled out internally. It has to be from the judicial branch.
Again, like I said before,
Mm-hmm.
if ICE knocks on the door and they see the person there, they can grab him.
No, they can't.
Yeah, buddy. All right,
That's just against law enforcement.
That's fine. That's
I
fine.
mean, if you had an,
We're just
like I
at-
said,
we're
like
just
I
at
said,
an
just
impasse here.
anti-American.
What's your next
I don't know
point?
why this is called
What's your next
America.
point? What's your next point?
Oh, this is the main gist of it. Like, you're
So I think-
anti-American. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
I'm anti-America?
Yeah, you're
How am I
advocating
anti-America?
for. Yeah, you're advocating for violating the Fourth Amendment right now.
No, I'm advocating for enforcing our immigration laws and keeping our country safe from illegal alien invaders.
Yeah, and you're
that
saying
come
that
and
we have
don't
to
follow our
violate the
laws. If
Constitution to
anything,
do
you're
that.
anti-America by saying, "Yo, just let these immigrants hang out,
Yeah,
bro."
you're telling me that we can violate the Constitution in order
It's
to
not
deport
violating the
people.
Constitution
It
if the
is
guy's
violating the
there.
Constitution.
If they see him, they can grab him.
No, they can't.
Same situation, like if I have a warrant for
Oh, I'm
arrest
sorry.
someone.
Based on what law?
Okay,
Immigration
again,
law.
there's Fourth Amendment exceptions. Hot pursuit is one of them. That can be constituted as hot pursuit. He's right there. We're gonna grab him.
No, hot pursuit
Just
only.
like-
Hot pursuit only applies if you think that that person is going to flee and you don't have time to go and get a judicial warrant.
Yes, but the
What
person is
Todd
wanted.
Lyons in that memo was saying, well, actually, we don't need administrative. Like, regardless of exigent circumstances, you can just enter a private domicile. You don't need a judicial warrant. That's exactly what he said in that memo.
Again, I'm not here to debate what the fuck he said. I don't care about that. What I'm telling you is, simply put, if I, right, if let's say you have an arrest warrant for somebody, right, and you knock on the door and you see him there, you can grab him.
Well, you know that arrest
Same thing
warrant-
with an immigration warrant. You knock on the door, you see him there, you can go in there and grab him. Obviously, it's
you know
limited.
that-
You
you know that
can't
in
go in there and search and all that other stuff, but you see the individual, you got a visual confirmation, it's him, you go in there and you grab him. They can
Yes,
do
the
that.
warrants that are issued from internally within DHS only applies to public property. It doesn't apply to it doesn't
All right,
apply
man,
to
who's up
private
next?
domiciles.
Let's
have
go
a
to
good
the
one,
next
Amber.
person. The guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
Let me talk to the. I got a question. Just raise your hand if the answer is yes. Are you a Nazi? Are you homophobic? Do you believe women should have less rights than men? I'm not seeing many hands. Then why are we listening to someone who believes all these things?
Because I'm their voice.
Why are
That's
we
why.
up here?
Oh, see this guy? See, here's the thing. I love
shouldn't-
that this guy said this. So like,
Why is he on our campus?
Yeah.
Why is this man on our campus? And why is he here espousing his hateful rhetoric? He shouldn't be here, and we
Political
shouldn't be
correctness
listening
right
to
here. I
him,
love this.
and we shouldn't be engaging with him. Thank you.
See, you know, I like this because that moral grandstanding is exactly why there's been a rise in young men becoming right-wing because of faggots like that dude. Because the reality is this. I love how he said, who agrees with this guy? Raise your hand. The reason why they're not raising their hand is precisely the fucking problem, which is why I'm here in the first place. We're tired of being fucking browbeat to say things like women are special and we're going to go ahead and bring everybody into our country and we're going to go ahead and be politically correct. That is what I am fighting. They don't want to raise their hands, but they agree with me is precisely why I'm here. There is a silent majority of people that is tired of being told what they can think, what they can say, and how they should believe, and bowing down to bullshit like feminism and Jewish control of America. So that guy proved my fucking point. A lot of people agree with what I'm saying, it's just that they can't vocalize it. So I'm their fucking voice. So there's a reason why I'm wildly popular, okay? There's a reason why there's a bunch of fucking people here listening. Some people might not agree, but they're like, you know what, I didn't think about that. Oh, you know what, I didn't see that perspective. You know what, we need to be able to keep free speech alive and be able to have these tough discussions. Meanwhile, progressives like that guy don't even want to engage with what's going on. That's why he turns back like, what are you going to do this? This guy's a hater, blah, 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 he's a Nazi. It's like, dude, you're a faggot. What's worse? I'd rather be a Nazi than be a faggot. So that's what it comes down to. But
I just wanted to say that voting is a privilege, not a right. A majority vote does not make rights a thing. Your rights are inherent, they're given by God, correct?
What is your argument?
I was just referring to the guy who spoke before me. I don't have an argument. I appreciate what you're doing. Thank you.
Thanks. Who's up next? We get. Oh shit.
I'm one of those blue hair faggots that you speak about, obviously.
You said what? You're a faggot?
Yep. I date girls. I have before. I've kissed one.
Oh, you're a lesbian then, and
No,
confused.
I'm currently dating a guy. I have been for the past almost 4 years.
All right, so you're really confused.
Yeah, obviously, I don't know who the fuck I am day to day. That's nothing new. So I heard you
You're a
speaking
woman,
about
it's
ICE earlier. I completely understand if you were talking about the people who are actually harming. But what happens about like the children who are being taken out of schools? What happens about the people who are being captured by the IRS, who are paying taxes, who are going to jobs? I understand if you're getting the people who are harming the economy, but when you're talking to people who are not, they are actively helping the economy when they are paying taxes, such as people who are not.
You mean illegal
I mean,
aliens?
the millionaires.
Illegal aliens, you're saying, paying taxes?
I'm sorry?
Are you talking about illegal aliens?
I mean, they're not illegal. Most of them are not. Have you gone to the process of getting a green card? Have you gone to the courts? A lot of IRS agents are not IRS, sorry. I'm fucked up in the brain, obviously.
Yeah, I can.
At least I can admit it.
And that is why you should not be able to vote.
I mean, I was just 17 a few months ago. Of course, I couldn't fucking vote then. I was a child.
You shouldn't be able to vote now either.
So I like how you said the F word, the faggot word, obviously.
Yeah.
What happens if someone were to say the N word to you? Would you get upset about that?
No, because just a word.
Honestly, I
Yeah, I don't
agree
give a
with
shit.
that. But at the same time, words have consequences because each person believes in something different.
What word?
I'm not gonna say it because I do believe that words have meaning. I just do. I simply do. I think that words can be harmful, and I like when people say sticks and stones can break my bones, words can never hurt me. A lot of people have mental health struggles, and that words can actually hurt them. So I'm curious about the people that, like I was saying earlier, the 5-year-olds who are being arrested at school, the people who are being arrested at their jobs. What do you believe in that point? Like, when I understand when people are being harmful, but most of the people that are being harmful aren't the ones that y'all are fucking arresting.
I'm still trying to figure out, what are you arguing?
So you're agreeing with ICE. Fine, whatever. I agree with that when they are actually going to the people who are harming others. What about the people that aren't and still being arrested?
Why should we have to wait for them to harm others? If they're here illegally, get them out. Why wait until they commit a crime? You're making the same argument the
Technically, white
retarded
people
Arab
were
guy said
illegally.
earlier.
We're
Like,
the ones
they
that
need to be
fucking
criminal
killed everyone on
aliens.
the Trail of Tears. We're not here legally.
If you're
We
here
came
illegally,
over illegally.
Hold on. If they're here illegally, why do we have to wait for them to commit a crime for us to arrest them? This is the same argument that the retarded Arab dude made earlier. Oh, they need to be criminal aliens for us to deport them. No. How about we get them out before they become criminals? Why the fuck should American citizens have to deal with illegal immigrants committing crimes? They already got enough fucking criminal activity going on with American citizens. So if you're here illegally, you broke the law, get out.
Yeah, but why are the people that are being arrested 5-year-olds? Why are the people being arrested,
What?
I don't know, being actually murdered in the camp?
I fucking hate it.
If you're talking about like Renee Goder, I've discussed this a
No, I'm
million
talking about
times.
in the ICE camps, they're being murdered.
How did they die? How did they get murdered? What are the facts and
agents.
circumstances to it? Did they die of natural causes? What happened? I don't know.
What about the one guy whose testes were literally broken because an ICE agent stomped on them so much that he's literally completely impaired for the rest of his life?
I'd have to look at the facts of that one.
Okay. Look it up.
I don't.
Look it up.
I don't.
Do you have a phone around you?
I'm not going to look it up right now because we're literally in the middle of a discussion. But you said a couple things that were incorrect, so I'm not too sure if we can rely on your interpretation of what happened.
Okay. What was
Right.
incorrect?
Who's up next? Unless you have another thing.
No, I'm just curious. And I also don't agree with your sign, but that's whatever.
Well, you have green hair, so why are we surprised at this point? One more. One last person. Let's go. One last person. Oh shit. Okay, here we go.
I know, aren't you so excited? I just have one question. Is your mom, like, still around?
Yeah.
and like she didn't blow her shit like immediately as soon as like you turn into whatever the fuck you're into?
No.
Are you sure? Like you say this shit to her face on a daily fucking basis.
She was the one that actually warned me about you dumb bimbos.
Really? Is that why you're lonely, or is it just because you're a fucking faggot? Yeah, laugh because you don't have a fucking answer.
No, it's just funny. It's just it's interesting because it's like you came in and you said fag. I thought, aren't you like a progressive? That's like a mean word, isn't it?
I can say what I fucking want. Maybe I don't. Maybe I'm not what I look like. You ever think about that?
That's good. I mean, do you have an argument though besides asking me about my mom?
Yeah. So I think you think Valentine's Day is for simps because
Yes.
you want a mother as a girlfriend. She probably wasn't around. You want somebody to feed you and dress you and take care of you. That's what you define as women. Well, she
Doesn't have to dress me. She just has to make sandwiches though.
Right, because you need somebody to feed you. You're incapable of doing that yourself.
Well, I don't want to I don't want to have to make my own sandwich. That's retarded. Why would I do that?
Because you don't know how? Like, that's what it sounds like. You think it's retarded because you
No,
don't
I'd
have to
rather
do it.
like focus on other things. That's a woman's job to make a sandwich.
Why do you think it's a woman's job?
It's a woman's job to make food, give sex, be quiet.
You're not answering the question. I asked
just
you
told
why.
you.
You're telling me what you think they should do. You're not telling me why.
Because women are inferior to men in almost every way, pretty
But
much.
you can't tell me why they're inferior to men.
They are, from a biological standpoint, from a mental standpoint, men are better than women at everything.
Right, okay, that's why you're sitting on a college campus debating teenagers. Duh. Thanks. No more questions. That's all. You told me that. All I needed to know.
So I nobody dates black girls. Holy. Hey man, yeah, once you get some money, you gotta stop, bro. Trust me. There's a reason why Ye said that shit. Alright, is that it? We're wrapping it up? They're kicking us off now? Okay. Well, anyway, one more. They got a mask on. Oh man, here we go.
Hey, man,
Mask on in 2026 is nuts. What's up?
So before I ask my question, I just want to clarify something. Your stance on women. Just so I'm aware, you don't like women, right?
I don't like what?
You don't like women, right?
No, I like them a lot, enough to know that they're retarded and they have to be in a subordinate position.
But no. Can you just clarify why you think that way, right?
Men are leaders. Men are supposed to lead, women follow. And I love women enough to understand that men need to lead.
Men need to lead.
Absolutely, and protect women from themselves.
It just the way you talk about women, though, it sounds like you're kind of a homosexual. Well, I just really want you to clarify, like.
So, which one is it? I've been called everything today. I've been called trans. I've been called gay. I've been called. Someone said I have a girl, but not really. Which one is it?
Just for the crowd to hear, do you have a girlfriend?
A serious girlfriend, long-term girlfriend, or women that I'm seeing?
Anything? You have a girl?
I got a couple ladies, that I'm seeing. What'd the guy say? What?
AI doesn't count.
AI? Oh, okay. That's the cotton picker over there, right? Or
You don't
is it
agree?
supposed to be?
You don't agree with the fact that AI doesn't count as girlfriend? Is that what you said?
Oh, that's one of them. There you go. So the other ones are real, though.
You have an AI girlfriend?
Sarcasm. What's your question, though? Because you wanted to know my position. I gave you my position. Men lead, women follow. Women are supposed to be in subordinate positions to men. That's just how things work. That's how it works out best in a relationship. That is my position. So what is your argument to that?
My argument is that I don't think you actually like women. I think you like men. Because the way you talk about
Okay.
men, you're
I think I'm gay. You think I'm gay?
Yeah,
What's wrong with being gay?
nothing's wrong with being gay.
So why are you using it in a pejorative sense then?
I'm not using it. I think
This is the thing with progressives that's very interesting. If I was actually gay, you would never actually call me gay because you would be canceled for doing that. The only reason you're calling me gay is because you know I'm heterosexual and you're not going to deal with any social consequences for calling me gay. That's what progressives do every single time, and I know the game. So I love it when you guys come in here and say, I'm all for everybody having rights and privileges, and I'm all about egalitarianism and equality. But then you go ahead and say that I'm gay. But the only reason you feel comfortable saying that is because you know I'm not gay. But if I were, you'd be fucking canceled. That's why you feel comfortable saying that I'm gay.
No, I feel comfortable saying you're gay because I think you like men. You know, calling a spade, whatever that saying is.
Sure. Now, if I actually was gay, what's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with being gay. I think you're gay.
Then why are you bringing it up if there's nothing wrong with it?
Because it sounds like you like men, and I'm clarifying.
See, this is the OODA loop of liberals right here. They'll sit there and say, "There's nothing wrong with being gay. I'm all about everyone having rights," but then they'll go ahead and use it in a pejorative sense against you,
Did
which
I
is
say
interesting.
There's something wrong with being gay, though?
You're bringing it up as an insult.
When did I bring it up as an insult?
Okay. What's your next argument?
Do you like men?
No, I think that's pretty self-evident at this point.
I just want you to know I'm perfectly okay with you being trans and gay. Be who you are.
Clearly not. You're using it in an insulting way, but that's fine.
What's up, Byron?
The hypocrisy of leftists.
I agree with you that men in America are becoming way more feminine, and it's disgusting. And how do you think we should reverse that?
First of all,
Put women back in the kitchen. That'll fix everything.
All right.
One more.
Myron Baines, this is my biggest dream to come see you. So I wanted to ask you a quick question real quick.
What are you doing?
My notes. I'm pulling out my notes.
Nah, man, nah. You gotta chill out.
Okay,
You
my
gotta chill
bad.
out, bro.
So
what's wrong with you?
Okay, no, I was about to ask you a question, fam. So it's about the Israel conflict. So this is gonna lead into my question. For $100, would you be at the back of a human centipede?
I don't know what you're fucking asking.
A human centipede. Would you be at the back of a human centipede for $100?
All right. Who's yo, this guy out here, bro. Like, what the fuck? This nigga reckless. Thank you for your observation. I'm still trying to figure out why you're not in the kitchen. Why don't you just come on the mic and say what you gotta say then? Should I let it? No? Okay. You got like half a pajama on and then you got some sweater. I don't know what is that? You look crazy.
And aren't you super easy, bro? Why aren't you speaking up for your country, bro? You know there's a civil war going on there? And instead you're here trying to incite violence between people?
I'm still trying to figure out why this woman is talking and why she's not in a kitchen somewhere making a sandwich for a man who's superior to her. See, this is what happens, guys, when women get rights and they say dumb shit like this. It's like she had the opportunity to debate. I've been here for like 2-3 hours. She didn't say anything. She's just yelling, being a moron. I didn't incite anything. How did I incite violence? Where's the violence? Where's the violence? Where's the violence? Yeah, these leftists are retards. We need to go back to telling people that they're stupid. Because the problem here is that everyone feels like their opinion matters, and their opinion doesn't matter. She's just screaming out of emotion right now, acting like a weirdo. It's very strange. Her cortisol is very spiked. Her cortisol is super spiked. She's making fun of my boots. I like them. They're Chelsea boots, man. They're nice boots. But anyway, I think so guys, we're gonna wrap up there. I think we ran out of time. Myron Gaines X on everywhere. Stream on Rumble, Kick, YouTube, all that other shit. I think my Instagram's banned right now, but it's Fed Reacts whenever I'm not banned. And new book comes out, Why Women Deserve Even Less, which is part 2 of the first book, which is Why Women Deserve Less, right here. And then the second one comes out tomorrow, Valentine's Day, Why Women Deserve Even Less. And the third book is going to be Why Women Deserve Nothing. Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Interesting video. Good way to start the day off. Sincere story, brief apology.
Inside LA's homeless industrial.
I guess I'll watch that one.
doubt you can do the same, Stella. Wi-Fi boosted mobile wherever you need it. Only from Xfinity.
What if 1999 got you your choice of 2 pizzas, Parmesan bread bites, and cinnamon bread bites? Wait, it does? Oh yeah, it's the perfect combo. Just $19.99 for it all. Only from Mendoza.
Inside LA's homeless industrial complex.
This is not a refugee camp, and it is not a
Look
war
at this, bro. Like, this is in America. Oh my God.
zone. This is downtown Los Angeles, and you're looking at Skid Row,
Look at
the
this.
most densely populated homeless area.
Look at this. Look at this shit.
In all of America.
Oh my
Crammed
God.
in an area smaller than half a square mile are over 4,500 people living on the streets inside tents. That's more than 40 people
Jesus.
per block.
Look at this, bro. Like, how can you possibly see this?
What is the retail price of the first partner illustration collection Pokemon? Retail price of $15. Where to buy it at that retail price? So it's releasing for $15, but they have it priced at $60. Interesting.
How can you see something like this and think that this is the right way to do things? How can you possibly go and see all of these people crashed out, living in shopping carts, and say, oh, that's what we should do? That's the right decision.
Block, surviving, and some even fiending for the next hit just to stay alive. To put it in perspective, Skid Row has more people per square mile than the entire city of Washington, D.C., and every single one of them are homeless. In this video, I'm walking you through the streets of Skid Row. You'll see the conditions up close and personal as I speak with the people living on these streets and giving you guys an in-depth look as to how this has happened and how it continues to happen in one of the richest cities in America. Now it's time for us to hit the streets of Skid Row, and I'm meeting up with a local by the name of Tommy Tomato to give us an inside look into Skid Row.
We're gonna hop in the car right now, and then we're gonna get out of the car, and we're gonna go talk to people around here in Skid Row.
They're just waking up this morning, so I think they'll be in good spirits right now.
Awesome, let's hop in the car, and we're gonna drive around, and we're gonna see what it's like before we get out on the streets. So here on Skid Row, when did this all start happening? About back in the 80s, or has this been kind of recently in these past couple years?
Well, Skid Row's always been here for a long time, since about like
1969.
70s, but now that
Jesus.
they've actually expanded and have more homelessness, so they've actually gone
It's
past
even
Skid
worse.
Row, and you know they still call it Skid Row, it's just other sections as well. Newsom, he's been governor for a while, and he's been in politics for a long time. He's been trying to do this for 16 years, 17 years, fight homelessness. And
How do you fuck this up for 16 years? That's crazy. I feel like this should be a pretty big priority.
he hasn't done anything with it except for spend an exuberant amount of money.
Since Gavin Newsom has been governor of California, over $24 billion has gone unaccounted for that was supposed to go to fighting the
Wait,
homeless
so $24 billion is gone? Where'd it go?
And just recently, LA failed to pass another audit for 2.0.
Oh, so then they failed the audit.
What is the retail price for the Pokemon Day 2026 30th anniversary box? $15. So it retails at $15. When was that released? January 30th. Where to buy it at that retail price? Target list them at $17.99. Best Buy. GameStop. How do I find out who has these? Can you find stores in Portland that would carry that at the retail price? Target? Where the fuck is Target at, bro? What is wrong with this shit? Where the fuck is the nearest Target? Where's the nearest Target to downtown Portland? What? The nearest fucking Target is 6 miles away on Tomahawk Island. Yes.
The Target in the Galleria on SW Morrison Street is the closest location to downtown Portland. TCG inventory. This location typically stocks Pokemon cards in the electronics section on the upper floor or behind the customer service desk. Retail pricing. They generally honor the $17.99 MSRP for special collection boxes, though stock is highly competitive. Would you like me to get...
That's too far away.
The Target in the Galleria on SW Morrison Street is the only location right in the heart of downtown Portland. It is currently open until 10 p.m. Since this store is centrally located, the Pokemon 30th anniversary boxes often sell out quickly. Would you like me to get their phone number so you can check if they have any in stock before you head over?
I thought that one shut down.
$1 billion.
So there's $2.3 billion that are also
missing. Some weird things are happening in California, especially when the governor, Gavin Newsom, somehow just bought a $9 million mansion in the Bay Area.
Wow.
Most of the people right here, they're all doing drugs. You know, they're getting their packs ready.
Look at
you know, buying things and selling things
God.
that, you know, they steal or...
So, like, look right here, we have a whole entire setup.
Holy
People got
shit.
chairs outside, tables.
Like they're expecting company, you know, they got their own house that the city comes and cleans up, so it's a dangerous job for them.
So
too.
look at this shithole. Look at this shit. They got them living in a shithole.
Because they're cleaning up disease, you know.
Look at it. This is it's in America.
Bathrooms, needles.
So look, they're putting on fire here, literally just on the street at the highway. There's a huge fire going on. And what could be inside of this fire? You think it's just clothes, or do you think it's
trash, it's clothes, it's
somebody
personal
set a
possessions,
fire.
it could
Oh
be
wow.
drugs, needles, feces. It could be so many different things that are just going in the air and getting everyone sick. That wasn't there when it be on fire. You know, and it's just a lot of funds for them to come and put this out and make sure You know, people are saying
helicopters coming around.
Yeah, helicopters.
There could be literally anything inside that fire. The fumes could be, we could be breathing very toxic fumes.
That's true.
Of drugs, fentanyl, anything like that.
All types of stuff is in there for sure. I mean, they should be saving lives, not saving a fire on a street corner at 11 in the morning. You know, it's not right.
How long have you been living here on Skid Row for?
June 28 will be 2 years.
You've been out here for 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
What keeps you here on Skid Row?
Basically, primarily, I can't afford to pay rent somewhere.
We're on 4th Street right now. We're about to hop over to 5th Street, over to the heart of Skid Row. Is there anything we need to be careful about?
A lot of rotten old food that they feed us out here, they really do that to try to kill us. They ain't really trying to help us. Anything that's 3 months out of date, you shouldn't be serving to nobody.
So they're giving people, wait, you guys expired food out here?
Swear to God, I'm Catholic. We don't believe in swearing.
So hold up. So you're telling me they throwing away food and they're also serving expired food?
Swear to God, a lot of it.
And why do you think they're giving you guys expired food?
Part of the big plan. I really believe that's part of
I think they're just stupid as hell. I'm gonna be honest. They're not part of a plan. They're stupid as hell.
Big plan.
And what's the big plan?
Well, the big plan is population reduction, you know? And the homeless is one of the first ones they believe that should go. We're like in the way.
So they're giving out this food, and right here you can see the water that's built up, and it's completely brown. And while we were watching this food, and right here you can see the water that's built up, and it's completely brown. And
what the fuck are they doing?
while we were walking with this man by the name of Norman, I noticed a group of migrants that had children that were living on the streets here on Skid Row. ¿Ustedes son de Colombia?
Y this one, what I saw,
¿Cuánto tiempo ustedes llevan aquí en los
They got little kids in a tent.
2 años. Cuando ustedes vinieron aquí a los Estados Unidos, ¿pensaban que iba a llegar aquí a este punto a vivir aquí en esta calle?
No, pensamos que iba a ser una vida diferente.
A ver. Pensaban que íbamos a cambiar nuestras vidas, que íbamos a estar así como perros. Pero no somos animales, somos seres humanos. Pero coño, miren los niños, tenemos los niños aquí.
Look, we have the kids in there too.
So here on Skid Row, we got migrants that came here from.
You got little kids living on Skid Row next to a bunch of crackheads and fent zombies, and they're living in a tent. That's right.
Colombia, and there's little kids here and they live inside this tent. I imagine they didn't expect their life to be like this when they crossed over the border. ¿Ustedes pensaron que cuando cruzaron por la frontera eso va?
People say Nick Shirley speaks better Spanish than he does English. I don't speak Spanish, so I can't say for sure, but that's what people say.
¿Hacer la vida?
No.
No. Y Dylan, ¿te gusta vivir aquí en los Estados Unidos? No. Ya, entonces ustedes pasaron por mucho para llegar aquí a los Estados Unidos y ahora están viviendo carpas aquí en uno de los más peligrosos lugares en todo el mundo.
¿Sí?
¿Y tu calidad de vida está mejor aquí que fue ahí en Colombia or?
En Colombia, aquí 1000 veces.
It's like, you think about like, bro, like Colombia is like, remember who's it, Alinity saying that she liked playing Arc Raiders because it was like going and living in Colombia because you would only leave the house with what you can afford to have stolen? Well, how is it that this is even worse than that?
In Colombia.
That's
crazy.
crazy.
And as I was talking to the migrants from Colombia, a group of non-profit workers that saw me videotaping the expired food they were handing out to the homeless people came and tracked me down, and they started getting a big argument.
Look who it is. Fat Karens. There are two groups of people in this country that cause all of our problems. Karens and incels. Every problem in society can, almost every problem, can be diluted down and distilled down to one of those two groups of people that are causing that problem.
Thus, over me videotaping the expired food and just listen to what they had to say. Like, why am I getting in trouble for talking to people? Why are you guys getting mad at me?
Because you guys are just like trying to find what's wrong with what fire food and trying to get like
See, this is the problem. Is like, see, this is the mind of a Karen. Is she's not thinking about improving the situation for the homeless people. She's thinking about how does this affect me? How does this make me look? How does this, what are the optics of this based around myself? This is what people like this do. This is their process. It's about her. It's not about them, it's about her.
And I'm like, hey, it would be great if people donated stuff that wasn't used and was brand new. That would be great. So instead of you guys promoting the charities that are actually trying to help.
Yeah, we're just showing what's going on and we're talking to people. If you guys want to get mad at us for filming, like, go ahead.
She was asking if your guys.
So he got aggro on 4 Karens? Wow.
Passed out those 15 maybe were expired and we left them there because there's no like trash can to put it.
Tom, so we're just talking.
So you just left the, wait a minute, so you just left the trash on the, like randomly there? Because there's no trash. Doesn't even make sense. Like, we gotta do something about these people. We really do. This is crazy. Oh my God.
People, and we're talking to people, and then we get a group of nonprofit people. They're trying to make a difference in what they're doing, but they get mad at us for, in our way, doing what we can to help make a difference.
Exactly, and what they're doing too is they're assuming. They're like, don't put the camera in the film. No, we ask permission first and make sure that it's okay. If they want to speak on the camera before we actually do that. So that you guys were looking at, she said those aren't even the parents. So I said, so who's the parents of the kid? They're like, well, we don't know. And I said, well, then there's a trafficking issue. You know, and then now.
Yeah, obviously there is. Like, yeah, you can't just have random kids running around. Like, I mean, this is if you let these people, these Karens, control things, they will burn the country to the ground. They will. They'll burn the country to the ground, and they'll blame somebody else for starting the fire. That's it. You cannot give them any power. The moment that you give them even the smallest amount of power, it's like a cancer cell, and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
When the camera came, they're like, oh no, it's not a trafficking issue. That's not what we said. 2 seconds ago, the lady just said there's a trafficking issue down here that kid is.
No way!
Belongs to her.
Is there a lot of human trafficking, like child trafficking, that goes on here in this part of the area?
No telling what the fuck is are doing.
We actually did confront them about the expired food, and she said, well, there's thousands of food, and maybe 15 of those are expired. How do we know that only 15 of them are expired if there's mixed in with the 1,000?
Exactly.
Exactly.
With the new IHOP value menu, all your breakfast faves, like pancakes, eggs, and bacon, are just $6 every day. Cheesy scrambles, French toast, and omelets with pancakes, all $6 each. The new value menu, every day at IHOP.
Oh God. All right. I'm gonna restart my stream. Gotta check something on my phone. Be right back.